Hello, and happy Friday to all of our friends, past, present, and future. Welcome to Legends Die Live, D&D stream brought to you by a group of obsessed and giggly friends. I'm Mike D. I'm your dungeon master, which means I'm in charge of all the
trains.
There's the train.
I'm in charge of all the trains. I'm in charge of all the high-tech production you guys see, and these are my players, the people in charge of all the
low-tech
fuckery.
Yeah, we'll go with that for now. My HTML popped up again. Every time.
It's okay.
So, we stream Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. If you can catch us live, please join us over on Twitch. However, our videos are up on YouTube a few days thereafter. You can catch us on social media at all the different sites at Legends Die Live. Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, all the things. You alright there, buddy?
Good, buddy?
Chris is dying. We just
It's been a
got him
while
back.
since I played.
Oh,
Gotta get
yeah.
readjusted.
Chris is back.
Yes,
Chris is
so
back.
our lovely halfling bard will be returning
Well,
for
lovely
tonight's
is a
game.
strong word.
Well,
I
our
don't know
bard.
why the train is so loud. I'll try to mute myself.
It was okay. It was funny.
It was.
You're good.
It only goes by like every 8 minutes.
It's true.
And then finally, congratulations to our winner from the dice giveaway, Mazamure.
Hey!
Here we go.
There you go.
Your dice are in the mail.
Or will be soon.
We know where you live. So, anything else?
We're all okay from the hurricane.
Oh yeah, there was a hurricane. That's why we didn't play last week.
Yeah. I made a post about it. I don't know if anybody saw it, but we're okay.
I did see the post.
I quit that new job, so I will be here forever to play D&D.
Hey.
Forever. Wow.
Hashtag priorities.
That's what you said last
Yes.
time.
Who needs money?
Well, I learned recently I do.
I learned recently I
Sponsor
don't.
us.
Dope.
So,
Grad student.
Paper
I
placement.
think we're ready.
Let's do it.
I have one.
All right,
It's an expensive thing to keep.
Here we
up,
go.
ROI-wise and such.
game time. That's what I've learned.
Can they hear us?
They can now.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Video broke.
What is a video?
Bid. Fuck, I can't make a joke out of this. Bid.
So, previously on Legends Die Live, our four characters had stopped out of town to assist with a local problem. After helping the town with their initial goblin problem, They discovered there was a second, potentially more invasive issue to deal with. Large cockroach-like creatures threaten the well-being of the citizens. Our 4 characters took it upon themselves to help the town with this problem, training them to fight and exterminate the creatures. Yes, our 3 characters. This small but insulated town, which had never been exposed to some of the more exotic and dangerous parts of the world, we're extremely grateful for our characters' efforts. In awe of Oni, Riley, and Agär's unprecedented abilities, at least unprecedented to them, the town tried to show them their gratitude by naming themselves after the 3 characters. Thus, after a bit of celebration and merriment, our 3 companions left the newly named town of Aura and continued their way southward into the Warring Wilds. During their travel southward, they met a reticent yet sly half-elf named Sebastian that happened to be traveling southward as well, on his way towards Vintar, the Elven City. Given the warnings of some merchants you all met on the road, you all decided it was in everyone's best interests to travel together and find safety in numbers. Along the way south, you encountered a number of brutal scenes, gut-wrenching scenes, the aftermath of pure carnage and mutilation. Amidst each scene were strange arrangements of gore and viscera, patterns and designs not quite penetrable to being figured out. You guys continued southward, though now a bit more cautious in your travels. You ran across a series of monolithic stones, large in size and strewn about, yet shaped with purpose, centered around a blackened ground of textured rock, almost like hardened lava. Your presence disturbed a series of large undead giants, each rising with purpose, each rising aggressively, each entrained and focused on Oni. Through some clever tactics, the group managed to escape what was quickly becoming a harrowing situation. You guys managed to escape with your lives, largely unscathed.
Yeah.
So,
Some of us almost died.
it's true.
A lot, actually.
I get hit.
No, that is very good. And most convenient,
You
really.
didn't get touched.
So, currently, you all find yourself standing amidst the blackened earth. Large monolithic slabs of stone askew and falling wayward to the side. There's no sound. There's no chirping birds, no skittering animals. The only sound is the wind that blows by, you guys catching your own breath, and the sound of dripping as blood falls off of your weapons, your armor, your clothes, as the sky begins to open up, the dark clouds dissipating. You guys take a moment to brush yourself off from the blood that had rained down from above. What would you like to do?
I was inspecting the slabs.
I'd like to also inspect the slabs.
Okay.
Slabs.
Investigation check.
Are we doing something?
I mean, I had walked up to
15.
investigate it. Investigation check. Okay. 15 as well.
So you walk around and you notice that there are 4 slabs that almost look like pillars arranged in a rectangular fashion, 2 here and then 2 farther down. They seem to be like cracked and they're at different heights, and there's a large slab that's half broken, kind of askew in the middle of these 4. Agär, as you inspect them, there's a sense of familiarity as you come across signs of not exactly language, more like pictographs, very crude symbols. There's something familiar yet foreign about these symbols. What's clear to you from your dwarven heritage is that although these stones are extremely old and extremely weathered, they were made with some of the finest craftsmanship you've seen.
Dwarven crafts?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
It's one of the senior home.
I'm trying to look see as well what may have caused that one slab. It's like slanted cut. What may have caused that? What was it? What destroyed it?
So you've got a series of 4 pillars. So I'm taking a sky perspective. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you've got a slab kind of in the middle, and then you've got a series of large rocks and destroyed stone at each end of it.
Okay.
What was holding up the slab? Are there like destroyed pillars that were holding up the slab, or was it like on ground level and just?
It looks like it was cracked such that one part's like kind of leaning up against one of the pillars, and the other is kind of fallen inward into the stone.
Yeah, I was
into the ground, into the blackened earth.
Yeah, I'm looking to see what may have caused, like if somebody like threw a catapult to it, or if some giant blade suddenly cut the rock, or
if the ground simply gave up.
yeah, stuff like that.
Okay, give me a survival check. So you dig through the earth and the dirt and the stone, trying to look for things.
9.
9. What's obvious to you is that whatever did this is something you're unfamiliar with in terms of your tracking, your survival, and your training from CT, the Crimson Tiefling from the babies.
How large is the slab? Like, if you imagined it in whole again, about how large would it be?
Pretty large, like 100 feet by 50, 40 feet.
Giant-sized, perhaps?
Giant size.
Is there gashes in it as if like a cutting board on the top side, or what would be the top?
Give me an investigation check. Do you look for specific gash-like marks on this stone?
14.
14. While you don't find gashes, you do manage to find more of these very primitive pictographic symbols that Agär had uncovered.
Could I cast Comprehend Languages and see if I could interpret that?
Does that work for
I think it's only verbal.
only verbal?
I think.
My recollection is if I'm touching the written words, it should be applied, but I have to be touching it.
Is that... Can someone check the spell for me?
He's looking it up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's spoken only.
Spoken only.
Yeah, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear. You also understand any spoken language that you hear. Okay. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface of which the words are written.
Okay.
It takes about 1 minute to read 1 page of text.
Okay.
The spell doesn't decode a secret message in a text
That's
or
good
glyph
enough.
such as...
That's good.
Cool.
That's good. So, yeah, you take a moment to cast the spell, assuming you had spell slots.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
If it's a ritual, it
Um,
doesn't need one.
And then you walk over to Agär, and Agär is looking at one of these larger slabs, like from the big flat sheet rather than from the pillars. He kind of beckons you over, and you walk over there. And Agär, there's what looks to be vaguely dwarven, like letters.
Dwarven-like?
Dwarven-like, but not quite. It's like this weird familiarity to it. And as you walk over and cast your spell and touch the giant text, which is like, each letter is like super big, in your mind, you can sort of see overlaid on top of it what it would say in common. You see Concord of Ancients.
Does that mean anything to me?
Does he tell us?
Yes. Apparently it says Concord of Ancients.
What to look? Do I recognize anything about that?
Give me a history check.
History.
You can cast it as a ritual, so you don't have to use a spell slot.
I can.
Mm-hmm.
As an arcane trickster.
Unnatural 20.
Rogues, I don't think rogues are ritual casters.
Well, fuck.
Well, fuck indeed.
So,
Unnatural 20.
let's see what Oni.
Oh, you know what's trying to eat him.
You know, Oni, that in your various research looking into the blight of Raglothia, you've come across a few pieces of text regarding giants and giant culture, and you know that occasionally they liked to converge and come from different parts of the world and meet. Just based on your reading, that's what you sort of suspect is going on here, but you haven't read anything specifically about the Warring Wilds containing something like this.
Okay.
Like a giant gathering?
I think this is a place where giants hang out.
It's
If
like a
it is-
family reunion?
Yeah, perhaps, or giants of these. The giants we fought, or the dead ones rather, they were all different giants, not all the same kind. I think this is one of such places where they meet.
Somebody broke their table.
Well, yes,
Hey?
it looks like them. Yes, if this is location for meeting.
Would the height of the slab be approximately table height for the giants we fought?
It would.
Okay.
Well assessed. Yes. It is interesting.
But why did they hate Dragonborn?
I'm not sure.
Is there a war?
With giants, there is war in Raglothia among itself, but I am not familiar with any war with giants.
In all of my story readings, I ever come across a giant dragon war?
History check.
I'm never good at that.
It'd be pretty epic.
15!
Agär, you can give me one as well, just due to your dwarven heritage. 15.
Do I get...
Riley, you haven't really come across. You've come across giants and dragons, but not together.
Would my stone cunning work?
What does that do?
So whenever I make an intelligence check for stonework stuff, I'm considered proficient in history skill. And I get to double my proficiency bonus to the check instead of my normal proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Alright, so I rolled a 13
Total?
total.
Yeah, you roll pretty low.
Yeah, I rolled a 7, so I rolled pretty low.
Unfortunately, there's sort of an itch in the back of your mind.
Now, I'm not sure about giants. Orcs use Dwarven script. We use a very similar one. Now, this dialect isn't something I recognize either. I don't speak giant or read giant either.
Ripomali speaks it.
But this is, you said, some kind of gathering place.
It is the impression I get, yes.
Oh,
Is that
would it take
like
me long to, like, write it out in my book when it's on the tablet?
No. So like it says Concord of Ancients, and then it continues onward, but the stone has been destroyed, so you don't know.
Oh, so that's literally all it says.
That's all it says.
Damn.
That's discernible at the moment.
I'm trying to remember if, like, among my travels, if I have any lore that I know of giants and something regarding fighting dragons or something like that in this part of the world.
That's the history
That's
check
what
was
the
for.
history
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what that was for.
That was for, but I was like, I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
As you guys are having this conversation, the dark clouds have parted. The blood rain has stopped and abated, and you guys have spent like 20-30 minutes digging around, investigating.
Is the blood rain completely new to me?
You've never seen it before.
That is also very strange.
I've
can't tell if
seen some
this
crazy shit, but nothing like that.
As you guys
remember if Agär, like, did it start raining when Agär walked in or when Oni walked into the area?
I
Okay.
didn't know. Well,
Not important.
is that something I would notice?
I don't think it was when Agär was in there alone.
I think it was when the giants started moving.
I'm inclined to agree.
as you guys are continuing to look around and try and piece this puzzle together, overhead you see, actually as you're searching through the ground or whatever, there's a shadow that passes over you.
I look up to see something.
You look
What was
up.
that?
and you see what looks to just be a giant avian creature of some sort.
Anything discernible?
Perception check.
Oh, what time of day is it, by the way?
It's like 5 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Like a rock tails.
Perception 18.
18. So yeah, despite the fact that the sun is kind of blinding and you're looking at kind of a silhouette of this large winged creature, you do manage to discern that it is a giant eagle.
Oh.
And it begins to do sort of lazy circles.
Uh-oh. Is he stalking us? Is he stalking us? You know what that looks like?
It's coming lower and lower and lower
Okay.
until it takes a dive bomb.
Get out of the way!
And then what happens, Chris?
I am flying down, standing on its back with my feet strapped into the harness, wailing on a lute as I fly down Mad Max style.
What? The bloody hell?
Can he get
And
down from there?
it's dive bombing down, hair flowing in the wind, but my hat stays put. Flailing on a lute.
Do I see him before I try to shoot this thing?
He's an animal.
Yeah, I kind of was thinking of throwing an axe at it.
Really?
I mean, it's up to you guys.
No.
You guys have been in a very stressful situation.
Yeah.
So, should you just attack? It wouldn't be unheard
I
of.
mean, right before he said that, I was gonna shoot my hand.
I kind of wanted to throw an axe.
Given that I don't even know who this person is, I'm gonna roll a d6. If it's 4, 5, or 6, I'm throwing a dagger at him.
Okay,
Do it.
go for it.
I will not be attacking the giant eagle.
Okay, yes, we are throwing a dagger at whatever monstrosity is approaching.
Do I see Felix before I decide to attack? Like, do I see him in time?
You see it as you're releasing it. So
Alright.
I can give you a disadvantage throw. As
No.
you try and like.
Oh, no. I
I
want
rolled an 11.
I'm
Okay.
hitting for the eagle.
You're aiming for the eagle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Roll your attack.
You
That's
aiming for the eagle or for the person?
for the eagle.
Me?
Yeah.
Probably the eagle, because
Okay.
I'm assuming I can't see.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing too. Otherwise, if I could see him, I wouldn't throw.
I'm tiny.
13.
Chris, I gave you the stats.
Yeah, 13 just hits.
Then I also hit.
Alright. 11 points of damage.
God.
You motherfucker! Not gonna peck to death with a bird. Just fought some giant fucking
This
giants.
axe goes flying through the air. It hits her right in its breast. It kind of fumbles off to the side as a dagger goes shooting at its other wing.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
Okay, Riley? Is Riley
I
attacking?
missed.
She missed.
Oh, you missed. Oh, good. You must almost killed my eagle. I like let go of the loot and I just let it like fly in the background as it's like flailing and falling down. And I kind of like grab onto the neck and like scamper over to the side like no, and I will pump a cure wounds into it.
How far above us is he? I mean, I know he's dive bombing, but
I mean, at this point, he's landed. He sort of the eagle got hit twice. It sort of steered off at the last second and then swooped around behind you guys and landed. And then Felix jumped out in front and put a hand out, turned around, and is now currently in the process of healing it.
oh,
Cure
you
wounds.
fucking.
What is it? So they're like, fuck. All right. Well, I guess you're not getting your present.
You don't fucking sneak up on us with a giant fucking eagle.
He did not sneak up.
We're covered in blood.
It was an eagle flying down. Eagles are not scavengers, and we are not dead.
Do you
It was
know
like-
this madman?
Oh,
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sebastian, Felix, Sebastian.
So
If you really are Felix.
And so, Sebastian, you
nobody.
see a small halfling with a green silk shirt with very sharp collars. And he's wearing this long, ridiculous hat that comes to a point in the front. One side's cocked up to the side, and the other one has just this long, poofy feather that's multicolored and rainbow. And he gets off, and he's got a little
Swagger.
Yeah.
swag to his steps. Felix, as you face your companions, you see a half-elf there, modestly dressed, wearing a green cloak, I believe you had said.
Yeah.
and nothing too special about the way he's dressed in his attire. Anything?
And don't let him
notable?
know how unpleasant his attire is. But it bothers me.
That's an interesting active note you're making.
Yes.
I'm approaching.
So everyone knows.
Okay.
It's important information.
Yes.
I'm approaching Felix and the eagle. I'm gonna retrieve my axe and try to like calm the eagle down and kind of pet it down and like oh, I'm sorry about that.
As you walk
I'm gonna
over
back
to
away.
the eagle which looms above Felix, you see this large predatorial bird-like head come down with this very sharp beak, and it kind of like it's like snapping at you a little bit, very pissed off that you just sunk your axe into it.
I'm sorry about that, mate, but it's really his fault. Like, you can't just dive bomb a group of people. How the fuck did you track us anyway?
Yeah.
You're not a tracker. How'd you find us?
I'm a tracker. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what now?
I can do anything you can do.
I'm sorry, I highly doubt that.
Frankly, I've
Go
seen...
move that boulder.
Has he always had an eagle?
No.
No,
Oh.
this is new. This is not something I'd ever expect from this person.
Wait, I want to see a rock moving contest.
I think it is quite impressive that
Let's.
you were able to find us with your
Can it be a
skills.
sentient rock?
No, seriously, how did you find us?
Yeah, seriously, for real.
I've got my ways, if you must know.
That's very suspect, mate.
Now
I
you're
don't think
making
it
Have you met
is.
me?
It was very clear that we were going to Vintar when we left.
Right, but we're
This
out.
is the direction to Vintar.
Yeah, but
I'm
we're
on my
far
way to
from the
Vintar
road.
too.
We're not at the. We're nowhere near the road right now.
Why would we
I
have to
may or
travel
may not
by
have a
road?
way of tracking you guys. It's
Like-
just...
I mean, he might have seen the bloody clouds and thought that was weird. I mean, I would if I was also a madman on a flying eagle.
That is reasonable, yes.
That's a fair point.
But also, why would he have to go by the road? He is flying. He can go most direct path.
I think the fates have just willed us together.
What's your
Fucking
favorite
Christ.
thing?
My favorite thing. Oh man,
Is
that's
that a question of object?
right. No, it's probably like Dragon's Race.
What's your favorite thing to do?
Dragon's Race, it is gambling.
Oh, gambling. Yeah, Gamblers of War. I was thinking of a specific game.
Okay, it's him.
Ancient
Oh,
dragons.
yeah, it is him.
It is him.
Of course, it's me. Like I said, that no one could ever replicate Felix Veniste. I am 1 in a million.
Mate, I don't know if I could tame a fucking wild eagle. Where'd you get this thing anyway?
I don't think you take it.
And as you look closely at it, you notice that it has a harness around its breast, over its wings, and you look closely and you see a Yinthor crest.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Yenthor or
It's a
okay,
rental.
not Rainier.
No, not right here. Straight up Yinthor.
Dope.
Would you care to tell me what the fuck's going on?
Well,
I'd like
I
to
was on my way to Vintar.
Investigate the bird.
I have a new mission there.
I don't know if it's an illusion or not.
Turns out it's going to be real rough. They're not fond of the outsiders, but you know it's never been done before. And I'm apparently one of the Bamps took a trip to Bentard, hasn't been seen.
Wait, no. How did you get the eagle?
Oh, Deltrek got it for me.
How did he get it?
Use that.
What she said.
What do you
Just
mean?
bought it.
I don't
Oh, yeah,
understand.
they're not
What are
bad.
you
It's
freaking
a-
out about? I don't get it.
It's Yinthor.
Deltrek just
Yes.
bought an eagle from the Yinthor.
That doesn't seem like
You guys are
From the
suspicious
conservatory.
as fuck. Why? Like, what's with the third degree? It's just come on, it's your pal Felix.
I go
No,
pick
it's
him
not
up
the-
See me.
and I give him a hug. Welcome, my friend.
See this? I give him a hug back. Like,
And
I
so-
like, this is exactly why I'm happy to be back with you guys and friends. And see, look, I even got presents.
And
But
so,
fuck you, you don't get a present. So I'll hand, I'll hand Oni the scroll.
as he goes into this tirade, Oni pulls him in for a hug, and for a split second, the blood that is sort of just sat on you from the rain soaks into his shirt, and then he you put him on his shoulder.
Sure.
And then the blood You can slowly see it like disappearing in his silk shirt.
Always impressive.
Just to be clear, I was no longer suspicious of you. I just wanted to know why you had a Yenthor eagle, because that is weird, all things considered.
Yeah, that's. I'm not suspicious of you, mate. I'm suspicious of what the fuck is happening in the Batons that you suddenly came in riding on an eagle that Deltrek got you and just gave you to fucking travel the world.
So, Sebastian,
We're allies now.
he is talking about Deltrek, not the Yentor. We are coming from the Batons, where there's almost civil war, but not really. The Yentor don't like us, and the Rainier do. Deltrek is part of the Rainier. So that is why they are confused. I don't see the big deal. They don't have problem with Deltrek, they have problem with us. And we are not there anymore.
I mean, I don't care if we stole it. It doesn't bother me at all.
Okay.
What's happening in the Batons right now? What's the situation?
Oh, that's true. I mean, well, basically,
So over the next
Rainier are awesome. Yeah.
Over the next few minutes, Felix explains to you that he didn't have much time when he returned to the Batons, but there were a few big changes that he did notice. One, the Yenthor are still on top, so that's not a change. But two, the Ganlertoffs have now moved into the second hierarchical position.
What?
Baza!
What happened to the Baza?
The Baza have been bumped down to third. The Rainier have been bumped down to fourth.
Ooh.
The Baza, they've been wrecked, really. Their translocator was destroyed. Their Arcane Wonders shop was fucked. A lot of their inventory was fucked up.
You dickbags.
They did not perform well during their weekly ceremony and all that stuff. So the Baza are not doing well. The Rainier moved down to fourth. A lot of their casinos got messed up the night prior to you guys leaving. And the Itoji family are missing.
They are missing.
The head of the family, Delaquin and Brea, are nowhere to be seen.
We met with Brea.
The family has just disappeared. So it's created this power vacuum at the bottom where the Itoji guards are now just kind of like splintering off, and they're joining other groups. Some are leaving town, some are now working for the Yenthor. And some of the rich merchants and other businessmen are trying to fill that void in the fifth spot. So that's what he explains over the next few minutes.
Whoa.
Alright, so what'd you bring me?
Fucking nothing.
Oh, fine, fuck you too.
A scroll. Tasha's hideous laughter.
To me?
Yeah.
Yay! Oh, thank you.
Can I ride your eagle?
Well, I mean, you tried to kill it, so good luck. But yeah, go for it.
I missed. He doesn't know that, does he?
I've been trying to approach and like befriend the eagle because I feel bad.
Give me an animal handling check at disadvantage.
Okay. That is 19.
19.
It has a -1 intelligence.
I'd say this is more of a wisdom check.
So
So
the eagle's got +2.
you approach it, and it's very standoffish. It backs up in its tracks.
Hey,
a
it's
bit.
okay. It's alright. I'm sorry.
But next to you apparates the wolf. Yes. And this spiraling cloud of vapor in the form of a wolf walks up to it. And it sits down right in front of it, and it looks up. And they have this moment of connection as they sort of look at each other. And then the wolf looks back at you, looks back at the eagle, and then you approach it. And this time the eagle does not back away. It leans in a little bit. And you can put your hand up on like its neck.
Yeah. And I'm petting it and I'm saying I'm sorry. Pick up my axe and put it back. He's like, it's alright, mate. I'm sorry. And I give him a piece of like jerky or something, which is gonna be nothing but to it, but you know, whatever.
I really don't think
The eagle isn't exactly like friendly. It's not like cuddling up
Yeah,
to you,
yeah.
but it's not hostile anymore.
Cool. Alright.
And the guardian wolf looks up at you.
Well, if this is a Yinthor eagle, would I be familiar with it? Like, is this something that
You would know that they have them. In terms of your training, you spent a lot of time at sea,
yeah,
and then you spent a lot of time doing like ground work type
yeah,
things.
not so much
So,
with the avian
you know of them.
variety. All right.
So
His name's Chip.
His name is what
That
now?
is a good name for it.
It's Chip.
It's a majestic beast. And you
We
call
did
it
not talk
shit?
about that, but that's okay.
Okay. Okay. All right.
It doesn't have to be his actual name, it's just what I call him.
That is a good name for eagle, I think.
So you're
That's Chip, and he's Dale.
Hey.
So you're going to Vintar to figure out the disappearance of another one of the Banffs.
Right.
Well, that doesn't sound too good.
If I'm amazing, which I am, I will also secure an alliance.
Is your bardic friend an elf as well?
Did I get that info?
She was not elvish. She was
Okay.
human.
Okay.
All right. Well, all things considered, and given the fact that the Rainier are fucking crazy, it's great to have you back, mate.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna go ahead and clasp him on the shoulder and like pull him in.
I go
Aw.
so that can happen.
Okay. I'll give him the hand axe I bought him.
I have 6 hand axes.
I'm gonna start making my way back to the affected ground.
Yep.
And examine it further. Does it look, or actually examine it since I'm not being attacked by 4 undead giants? Does it look the same in every way as what I'm familiar with?
The portions of the ground look similar, and it's this blackened, crackled, very textured, gravel-like ground. So that's familiar. You're also familiar with the yellow dead grass that's surrounding it. But in the case of Ragalothia, that is very slowly spreading over the years.
And this doesn't seem to be moving. Does it look like it had been radiating from any place? Any center point?
It's clearly beneath what you guys have discerned is a giant table. And so the table's kind of like the center point
Gotcha.
of it.
Just the area around it.
Yeah.
I'd like to examine the corpses of the dead giants.
Go for it. Investigation check.
I want to do the same, but
What the hell's all this?
well,
21.
I'm doing the same. I'm doing that, but before I do that, real quick, investigation. You said? Yeah, just 8. But as I'm doing that, when you hand me the hand axe, I'll be like, I'll name her Victoria. Thanks, mate.
No, it's Felicity.
Oh, it's Felicity. Okay.
21.
Okay, so
Yeah, sorry.
coming to Oni. You investigate, and I mean, a lot of it is just mostly bone with bits of like sinew and tendon, and just sort of flesh that has rotted over the years but not quite disappeared over time. They all were wearing different types of armor. So, for instance, off to your left-hand side, there's a giant helmet with 2 horns. And as you look at it, there are kind of swirled patterns on it. In fact, this helmet is so large that 2 of you could like comfortably sit in it and like, kind of like hang like a little office space. There's also a giant sword that is just now like just laying in the grass next to the blight. And
I am looking for something that might be telling to what they would have been maybe discussing over or anything like that at the table. Like something that would have been on or about the table.
okay. You don't find anything quite like that. It's been, what you do manage to discern is it's been a long time. And had there been anything here, it probably would have been destroyed by the weather, by previous passerbys who may have been curious about it.
Okay. That is helpful, I think.
Get the sense that this is probably wasn't the first time these undead spirits were awakened.
And their grave, wherever they awoke from, is it clear and I can like look through there? Or
You could if you want.
I'd like to.
Are you looking just for more kind of...
Yeah, for anything that might give me an idea of what could have been here that may have had something to do with the cause of the blight. Like, I'm imagining some really fucked up kind of a potion, or some... If it was a scroll, then I imagine it's nothing now. But stuff like that.
Okay.
You know?
Give me another investigation check, as now you're actually looking into the ground from which they emerged rather than the surface.
19.
Area. 19. You find the bottom half of one of the giants
I remember.
that had crawled its way out of its own grave. You don't find any cracked glass. You don't find anything that looks like it could have been a scroll.
Okay. If there is anything, maybe perhaps it is not object, perhaps it was person who did it. Or object that does not last very long. Okay.
We go find the druid, because I'm covered in blood.
Yes, let us go find the lights.
You didn't tell us.
I don't remember he even asked.
You were going to ask something?
No, he said he asked me why I'm going to Ventar, and I said I don't remember if you guys asked.
Did we?
Probably.
Now that I come to
So
think
you
about it,
guys grill the shit out of me, but you've been traveling with this guy, you don't know anything about it.
he didn't try to attack us, seemingly attack us with a giant eagle.
That is incorrect either way.
Okay, I appreciate that you feel threatened by me.
Not you, mate. The eagle is kinda.
I cleared him, actually. When we met him, I asked him if I could trust him, and he said yes, so we can trust him.
Oh, okay, good.
Yes.
Yeah, because, yeah.
It is fine.
Over.
As opposed to, and I kind of pull my mail back a little bit, this mark right here where I got a giant fucking peck from a great big bird.
Right, imagine if somebody threw a freaking hand axe at your chest. It might warrant a reaction.
Actually, now that you mention it, and I pull up a scar where I had a hand axe thrown at me.
Did you guys, are you commenting on how we met? I'm confused.
No. Great study. I met this guy and I immediately threw a hand axe at him. Well, before I knew it was him.
A good story.
Anyway,
That's going to be the Agär greeting.
what happens? I'm gonna give them an Agär greeting.
It's a dwarven hello.
It's a dwarven hello. Basically, what happened was we came off the main road to take a look at this whole thing, and well, you see the aftermath. I suspect magic of some sort was involved.
Right, yeah, I was asking for the part in the middle. Like, as I was able to gather both those parts from what you just told me. There was the middle part I wasn't sure of.
4 giants came out of ground and tried to attack us, and they succeeded quite a lot. Actually, Sebastian and I nearly died. Or no, I don't know, Riley took care of us, it was okay. But then we killed them, so it is okay.
Well, thank you for that, Riley. It's very kind of you, and here's your gift.
What?
It's very dense, like cardboard paper. So just for your dragon holding. It's like
Aww.
poster board.
Oh
Gave you
man.
origami.
All our
paper.
gifts are so tailored. I love it.
Right.
Thank you.
Felix is quite nice, I suppose.
He is
Off
the
to-
gift giver.
Felix, which direction were you coming from?
I was coming down from the Bitons.
Okay.
So that was the Bitons are like
Northwest.
southwest-ish.
Did you see lots of
Carcasses.
bodies? Yes.
Right. Yeah, lots of that. It's pretty gross.
Oh, it's disgusting. I can
Did it-
attest to that.
Did it look like it extended beyond sort of where we are now? Could you see that far, or your eagle see that far?
How far back was it, Liam?
Ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
Nothing within the eagle's side of eyesight, but he hasn't like gone past you guys yet.
Okay.
So. Not quite sure.
So are you gonna join us, or are you just gonna ride that the rest of the way?
Well, I'll probably fly above you. It's a lot easier than walking.
That's cool.
It's fair.
We have horses actually. You could. It is fine. You have eagle. Enjoy.
It's like a horse but better.
It is very different from horse. They are not even mammals.
Okay.
I'm just saddling up at this point.
You make your way back to the road. And,
Do I kind of get the
Alright,
feeling that
horse.
we've gotten everything we can out of this place?
I think we get that feeling.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm making
All right.
every note I possibly can of what is the same, what is
So
different.
one by one, Sebastian leaves, and then Riley leaves, and then Agär leaves. Felix leaves. And you guys all stand there as like Onis keeps looking around, like looking over your shoulder. And finally, he closes his book and turns around, makes his way back to you. This large, black-scaled dragonborn who is fierce in battle and yet looks just utterly exhausted at the moment. And he returns to you guys by your horses.
We should travel for a little bit, find a good clearing and set camp, because I'm nearly dead. I'm so tired.
Isn't it safe to
that's,
camp
I'm alright with that, but I mean, there's a bunch of mutilated carcasses all around us. We might want to look into that purely for our own safety.
I have attempted to assess what they could be. They are not arcane in nature, and I think they might be religious, but I really don't have a good grasp on it. Either way, we have made camp a few times now, I think.
Yeah,
And we have been okay so far,
yeah.
Except for the zombie dog.
except for zombie dog, but
He
I'm
was
not
still
really
alive.
familiar with that, actually.
It
You
wasn't-
guys, I miss so much.
It wasn't undead, it was still alive.
I slept through it, honestly. It was not big deal. Did you happen to see Exodus of Goblins when you were flying over?
I don't think so.
No,
Okay, let's go.
that was at night.
That is fair. I told him to walk for 3 days. Okay, let's go.
Alright, Felix, here's what you're gonna do. Go ahead and climb your eagle, and if you find any good clearings, let us know. And I kind of give him details of what I'm kind of looking for in topography to make a good clearing.
Alright, can I have my eagle make that check?
Yeah, are you gonna...
Yes, I'll take out fly off.
Okay. So he gets back,
And he,
hops on the harness. There, you notice that there are, in addition, it's almost like a saddle on the back of it, but there are these clips that dangle. And so Felix puts on a belt and then clips himself to the saddle.
Smart.
The eagle jumps off with a couple of heavy flaps of its wings and immediately puts distance between you and itself. Felix, you travel for... Well, how long do you want to travel for looking for a
You
clearing?
never see Felix again.
What time of day?
yeah,
It's about 5 in the afternoon.
Well, we're back on the road and heading.
Right.
Heading south.
Yeah.
yeah, so they're probably going at like a leisurely pace, and I'll fly on forward at like a hurried pace just to get ahead, and then head up. So I'll try to like fly off for half an hour and then fly back.
Okay. Perception check.
Ooh, that's much better. 19.
19. Yeah. So you do manage to find a clearing that matches Agär's description.
Cool. Sweet. I will fly back.
You relay this information to them, and after a few hours of traveling, you guys come up to the clearing, and just in time as nightfall is beginning to settle in. Given that it's been such a long and weary day, you decide to make camp just a little earlier than usual.
Yes, that seems like wise decision.
I'll take first watch.
Is this a large, just like open fields or the trees?
So it's kind of patchy, so sometimes there are plains and sometimes there are patches of small trees. You guys have managed to find a cluster of trees, and you make your way. It's sort of like a cluster of trees, such that you guys actually go to the opposite, where there's more plain, so that you're blocked. You're visually blocked from the road.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's what I was hoping for.
So you're basically just going to the other side of this small.
I want to try to like gather leaves and pine and like dig a hole and try to make a nest for Chip.
All right. give me a survival check.
I'm kind of just staring at him and just like.
Halfling luck. Damn it. Ooh, okay. Survival. 14.
14. So you actually do a good job of finding the pines and the shrubs and the leaves and the stuff like that. It's the digging in the hole that's catching. That's preventing.
It's tiring work.
Yeah.
I'm kind of seeing this and I want to help him out. I'm just gonna like.
Easy enough.
Yeah.
Easy enough. Okay.
I'm pretty sure the eagle would have been fine.
Probably.
Order of watches.
First.
Second.
I mean, I've been flying all day. I'm exhausted.
Oh, are you now?
I can take last watch.
Cheeky bastard.
Okay. You all make yourselves comfortable at least as much as possible. Do you light a fire? Do you...
I would like to transcribe the spell into my spellbook.
Okay. So Oni take some time with the spell that Felix had brought.
Is it cold?
You watch him as he transcribes it, and he takes this this quill. He traces it in the air, and as he traces it, it disappears from the page, almost like hangs off the end of his quill, and then he transcribes it back into his wizard book. And so you watch him almost like transferring the spell.
It's pretty dope.
That's some cool shit.
It's comfortable. It's like 60s at this point in terms of temperature.
So we don't need a fire, right?
We don't need,
Don't
one, I
need
suppose. I think it is more fun. Now, most of us cannot see with darkness.
But won't we attract
Yeah.
things if we have a
I'm not
fire?
gonna keep it up overnight. I don't think.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to go to sleep. After transcribing the spell, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
You all find rest. Gar, you take the first watch. You're sitting there cleaning your axes, wiping off some of the blood, sharpening some of the edges.
Taking care of Felicity.
Adding her Felicity.
Making her nice and sharp, adding her to the family.
You're getting to know her.
Yeah.
Get to
She's
know
very pretty.
She is very
She's
pretty.
from the Isles.
her balance and the weight of it.
I test throw her a few times against a trunk.
Okay. As you do this, your companion appears.
Yeah, Fenrir.
Next to you. And the eagle is sort of settling in. It hasn't quite fallen asleep, but everyone else has at this point. And you look back as you go and pull your axe out of the tree as you were testing it. And Fenrir is sitting down in front of the eagle, kind of looking up at it. In that same sort of intent look that they had earlier before you befriended it. You walk over to it, and then Fenrir looks up at you, and then he begins to dissipate, almost, very softly and gently. And then the cloud kind of moves into your space. And then it begins to coalesce around you. And you can see through your own eyes the snout of the wolf begin to form
On me.
on you.
On my face.
Well, it's almost like a transparent cloud mask.
Like a helmet thing.
Aura.
Yeah, it's like a cloud of vapor in front of you.
Yeah.
And you see the snout elongating and sort of taking form. And then you pass your hand through and you can feel the coldness of its form as you pass your hand through what you imagine to be ears. And you can just feel that the wolf's semi-transparent head is kind of transposed and overlaid on you. And then it begins to contract. And unbeknownst to you, your eyes go, they flicker blue for a second. And you feel this deep connection with the wolf. And then you look towards the eagle. The eagle is very intently watching you.
Are you okay? To the eagle. I didn't mean to hurt you.
It rotates its neck a little bit. You have a good friend. And as Agär speaks these words to the eagle, there's a small rotating circle appears in the air. And it's almost like his voice gets, the sphere like sort of pulsates with it. And then when the eagle talks back, it's like, rah, 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 rah. The sphere pulsates again, and then you sort of understand it.
Google Translate. Fenrir Translate. They're all good. You understand what it's like to be a predator and prey. Had to defend myself, but I hope we're okay.
We are allies.
Oh no!
Excellent.
Corona!
I'm gonna. I wanna reach out and try to pet it. And...
It just accepts it.
Yeah.
At this point, you feel the deepest connection you've ever had with the wolf, and you feel like you've successfully internalized your connection with it. You now have speak with animals once per day.
It's crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Agär finishes
Damn, that was hardcore.
his watch. 1 second. Oni.
Yes, I have second watch. I peer through the eyes of Yume during the whole thing.
Perception check.
Not good.
Damn, that's
That 12.
Nothing unusual. There's no movement down the road. A couple of small skittering creatures, but nothing the size of the hyena that you had seen before.
I never saw it. I get it. Okay, I spend my time reflecting on just all this shit.
You spend your time reflecting. Do you think about the new spell you acquired at all?
Tasha's hideous laugh.
Or do you think mostly about the...
I think almost entirely of the blight and implications and the possibilities.
Okay.
It's unpleasant.
You have this moment of solitude to yourself. Withdraw inward. But your watch goes uninterrupted.
Dope.
Okay. You gently walk over and nudge Riley with your tail. Riley, you awaken.
Hello, my friend.
Oh. Ah.
It's your turn to watch now.
Ugh.
Yes. Enjoy.
Okay. Perception check as you do your watch.
13.
13. Pretty quiet. There's a nice breeze. Feels comfortable. And you've managed to clean yourself off at this point.
Really?
Mostly.
Wait.
I mean, you haven't taken a proper bath.
As I'm tossing and turning, could I wake up during Riley's watch?
If you like, sure.
Wait, before you do that, did I get red paper? I'm sure I got green paper. Did I get red paper too?
Did you bring a red paper?
I probably would have brought a lot of paper. It's all just like really good quality cardstock. So it could be any color.
Okay, I'm trying to craft a rose.
Like an origami rose?
Don't get excited.
An origami rose?
Yeah.
Give me a dexterity check. Or intelligence.
Oh, I'm
Your call.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Damn.
That was intelligence check, yeah.
Have you ever made one before? Well, it sure looks like you have. You craft it really nicely, and you're almost like surprising yourself as like you begin to fold things and they fit into nice little pockets. And yeah, you craft a very nice
Rose.
rose.
I'm making another one with a blue head.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
So
What about a
you
blue head?
don't worry about it.
Okay. Alright, so no, I just wake up, I see that she's awake. I just want to sit down next to her.
Okay.
And I'm going to show her the compass. I'm going to say, hey, just so you know, this is how I found you.
What?
I like you guys. So there's, I wanted to be able to find you in case we ever got separated. So
Uh-oh.
there's a bit of magic on everybody here, and this
Oh.
compass will lead me to you guys if we ever get separated.
So, like, you can track us wherever we are?
Into those?
Yeah, pretty much.
You weren't gonna, like, tell us you did that?
I'm telling you now.
But, like... Ugh. Well, I made this for you, but not, like, for you. I made this for you to give to the lilac, or, like, whoever. Because, you know, real flowers die, and that's kind of, like, weird.
Right. Yeah, the lilacs are just interesting, lass. Thank you. Oh, you're too sweet. Well, I'll certainly see if she'll have me again.
Oh.
Have you?
Again.
They didn't fuck.
Good. You don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know. It's been a week.
Oh, well, that too.
Well, that's it. Just wanted to make sure, you know, we're all open and honest.
Are you gonna tell everyone else?
I don't need to know.
Do you want me to tell everyone else?
I mean, I won't stop you, but I don't see a need for them to know.
I'm just
You seemed you seemed intrigued and off-put by my finding you, so I just wanted to let you know.
I wasn't off-put.
I was.
You're asleep.
That's why I didn't tell you. Well, good night, and thank you for the flower.
You're welcome.
And I just go lay back down and I take my awesome hat and put it over my face.
Okay.
Did it roll that 20?
Riley,
Huh?
you spend the rest of your time kind of to your own, catching up on things that you enjoy doing. You pull out your book, the book, and you flip it over to its cover. It's got a very thick leather cover that's nicely textured with deep grooves, such that it almost resembles like the bark of a tree. It's very nice in texture and actually feels cool as you rub your fingers along it. But as you look at the cover, you notice that the old title of the book, Thus Wrote Zora, Chronicles of Art, Ecstasy, and Dragons, the old title has disappeared. And the gnarled kind of bark-like patterns have just sort of overtaken it. And the lettering is just gone. Give me a perception check.
Mm, 16.
16. You closely inspect, looking at the gnarled grooves, and there's a subsection of it that looks like the letter S followed by the letter T. And it's in a similar spot where the old title was. That's all you can really make at the moment. You open the book, surprised that the exterior has changed. You kind of open it too fast and you flip to the last third of the book. The pages that you were expecting to be full of print are just blank. The last third of the book is just blank, and there seems to be a specific page that kind of sections it off with a nice just border and pattern to it. You continue to flip through and you get to the middle third of the book, and this contains various stories. There is text here. The stories are with unfamiliar characters in unfamiliar places. In fact, the most recent chapter that you had read about Selene is no longer there. It's been replaced. You see different characters and different stories. And at the one hand, you don't know what's going on. It's all very mysterious. But on the other hand, you're very excited because you have like a new set of stories to read. And then you flip your way to the first third of the book. And most of the pages are blank, except for like the first 2 or 3 pages. So you start reading it. And the opening describes a woman, a dark complexion, with brown hair pulled back tight, and then it kind of puffs out. And she is currently painting something. And then another woman walks by, and it says, "Still going?" And the original woman continues to paint. "Yes, Olivia, still going. Join me?" And the book now describes this second figure. And this second figure is also dark-skinned, dark-complexioned. Also has a very similar hair pulled back, except now instead of in one poof, it's been put in 2 sort of bunny-like poofs back here with nice frizzled hair. And this second one says, "Of course, Omala." And then the 2 of them pick up brushes and continue painting.
I get it!
And
Go on!
the scene describes them painting a predominantly white figure on a very colorful background. And the white figure has lots of folds and edges and sharp angles to it. And then it finally pulls back. And what you notice against kind of a floral type of landscape is a giant white origami dragon.
It's Courtney.
And then the story begins to describe them packing up their stuff, and it sort of stops in a sense.
That's just rude.
Wait.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Now I can never give us this book back. I say to the air.
The rest of your watch goes undisturbed.
Omala's the one you saved.
Yes.
But this isn't what they were painting.
It is now, bitch.
Not the day that...
That's so cool.
It's like what they're doing.
Is there anything else you want to do?
Oh, shit!
Yeah. It's like chronicling her
Thank you.
story.
I thought it was recanting, like, what you did, and, like, this is a...
No, but evidently one of them is starting to style their hair after her.
That's so cool.
Anything you want to do?
Most sincere form of
I
flattery.
already did my
Yeah.
thing.
You wake up Sebastian. And is there anything you would like to do?
Can I discern if anyone else is awake?
Yeah.
Riley's awake, right?
I mean, Riley's in the process of going to bed, but she knocks out pretty quickly.
Okay. Who is Felix near anyone else?
Felix, where would you have? I imagine you'd probably
I'm
settle
just
down
snuggling with Oni.
near Oni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Like how close to him?
They're not quite cuddling, but they're within arm's reach.
That's not without me trying.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Not for lack of trying.
It's like
I'm sure it started that way, and during my watch I relocated a little bit.
Felix like tries to nudge closer, and as he does so, Oni's tail kind of comes up as like a pillow wall.
I would like to cast Mage Hand and try to pick Felix's pocket.
Shit.
Go for it. Give me a.
How does it feel to be on the receiving end of that for the first
Dexterity.
time ever?
That's a 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna notice that.
No. You successfully pick his pocket. You pull out a set of
Yeah, that's fuck.
nice diamond dice
Ooh.
instead of like 3 or 4, like 6-sided dice.
I look at
I
them.
mean, I have 6. That if you got the whole bag.
He got the whole
Okay,
bag with
yeah.
that roll.
You got 6.
I will instruct the hand to take 1 and return the rest.
Were you checking for gold and money?
You got a lot more than gold.
I will also take out the handkerchief that I have.
Okay.
And just sort of look at it pensively for a little bit, and then return it to my pocket and just continue with the watch.
So you meditate and withdraw inward, getting lost in your own thoughts. Fortunately, your watch goes uninterrupted, and dawn breaks the horizon and begins to warm the lands, and you all slowly rise to consciousness.
I need a fucking bath.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Covered in blood and guts and sweat and dirt and shit.
That makes you sad?
And the innards of
Not
the
really, but
dog
I'm
thing.
kind of getting a little tired of it. It's not really for me. I don't mind. I just don't want my armor to rust up, you know? I gotta take care of this stuff.
You guys pack up your stuff, hit the road, and continue traveling southward unless there's anything you want to do real quick.
Anything interesting happened while you're on your watches?
My book rewrote itself.
That is very confusing.
Ooh.
Is your
What's the new
book
story?
sentient?
I don't know if it's like a
Hmm.
Voldemort thing or like a okay thing.
I don't know what that is.
What do you mean it rewrote itself? It's a book.
Like the
You know what? Actually, he pulled ink from one book and put it in another. I'm not even gonna even try to understand. I'm just gonna mount my horse and you're like, I'm gonna leave the
What's the
magic
new
shit to
story?
y'all. What?
I'm excited. What's the new story?
Oh, Ramabaza would love your book.
Like, remember when
That's true.
those two twins are making a painting and then she kind of died and then I kind of brought her back to life out of like nowhere?
Yes, you
Yeah,
saw
when you
diamonds.
fucking materialized a diamond out of thin air.
Yeah, Zat. So my book's
Yeah.
about Zat now.
Sweet. Like you have your own autobiography just like on hand, and you
I
don't even
even
have to pay
have
him.
to write it. Isn't writing it like half the fun though?
I guess
No.
it wouldn't be an autobiography.
Right, if you said
Oh.
biographer.
You got a ghostwriter.
It's quite good. Let's go.
I was supposed to give this book back. I can't give it back anymore.
Hey.
I doubt the librarian will come find you.
Oh, I don't think you know
Wait, you got
about
this book from the Baza?
No.
No, she's always had the book. I
Oh,
think.
okay. That's what I
I
thought.
mean, isn't borrow just slang for stealing anyway?
No. No, it is certainly not.
That's not
definitely
true
is.
at all.
I don't,
Totally true.
it is not the case, at least in Draconic. No.
You guys
Well,
have
you guys
this.
just don't speak common.
You guys had this philosophical debate over the ownership of property as you
Half on
continue
Felix's side.
southward.
Of course you are.
How are you guys traveling? Felix, are you flying ahead? Are you walking alongside?
I'm gonna do the Yume thing again.
So you're traveling you're looking through Yume's eyes while Agär
Yeah,
takes your reins. Okay?
If a horse could skip, mine is skipping.
they can.
It's prancing.
Yeah. I'd like to fly very low. You know, hopefully keeping pace with everybody.
Okay. So you're not going to move ahead just with them.
Not yet.
Okay.
You know, if we see anything off in the distance, I'll fly on ahead.
So Felix and Chip do this sort of rhythmic pattern of like he swoops down and then he kind of circles back up and sort of hovers for a little bit and then swoops down and kind of goes ahead of you guys by like 30-40 feet and comes back up because a bird can't actually just like hover,
Yeah.
so you got to do a little bit of
Unless it's a giant hummingbird. We'll not worry about that. I'm
uh,
sending Yume ahead to check out what we're moving into.
perception check for Yume.
What the fuck, you may get your shit together. 11.
Couple trees.
Ooh, there are very nice trees ahead. That is all.
I'm gonna give Riley the reins for Oni, and I'm gonna take up the rear.
Okay. Can you do that?
What?
If you got me.
She thinks she does.
Okay, we're good. That's
Can I
sufficient.
just hold
really.
reins?
Yeah, I'm just keeping the rear.
I don't know what technique is involved.
My T-Rex arms can't hold these reins.
That's true.
You guys continue traveling, and then right as you're about to push, about 6 in the afternoon,
Jesus.
pretty uneventful
Okay, what are we gonna do, man?
travel. You come across a tree.
Oh, here's one.
Remy was right.
Is it giant?
There are trees.
It's not giant,
I'm quite honest.
I'm sorry.
but as you
It's a bad dream.
That was a bad dream.
walk by, there's something hanging from the trees.
No.
What is it?
Are they people?
I have a 15 passive.
Is it Master Wax?
No, it's not people. It's almost, from this distance, it kind of looks like streamers almost.
Streamers.
Kinda.
I'll send Yume again.
So Yume moves in for a closer look.
Oni, what do your owl eyes see?
I can hear you. This is
Chip and I will go check it out as well.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Let me just check that to make sure. Just a moment. It is actually +3, so 21.
Yume moves in and immediately recognizes that these are the entrails, intestines of some creature that have been
I'm explaining in real time.
methodically kind of wrapped around this branch and are sort of come down in loop-like patterns, and they're sort of swaying in the wind, long dried out. The grass around is stained, and there are remnants of gore and viscera, but nothing discernible as a limb or a skull or anything like that. In fact, it's hard to even tell what sort of creature this was.
It's not stuffed like a sausage, right? It's just disemboweled and wrapped on a tree. Okay.
It's,
The tree is decorated with the entrails of some creature.
That's a fucked up party.
I want to go check it out.
Yes. I mean, we are all going in that
Please don't
direction.
taste it again.
I spit it out last time. I didn't swallow anything. I want to see if it's diseased in the same way that the hyena creature was.
Give me a medicine check.
18.
It's tough to tell if it was diseased. You gather that if it was, the bigger problem was that something tore it apart.
Yeah.
It's not like it exploded or anything. It's like something.
Well, I figured somebody had put it there, like somebody just, but I wanted to see like if the actual entrails were like coming from a creature that was like, you know, the same.
The
State.
smell and the coloring of it are different than the hyena that you had put to rest.
You said it's dried, like it's been there a while.
Yeah.
Chip and I are going to fly straight up and just see if we can see anything.
All right, perception check.
But like,
Natural 20.
Oh damn.
Natural 20.
Yep.
Off in the distance, you see what look to be 3 kind of prairie dog like creatures. Just
Guinea pigs, right?
yeah, like gophers.
so
Timon.
they're not gophers. They're dogs that live in a prairie.
Oh,
They're
no.
not- yeah.
Oh, not prairie dogs.
No.
Prairie dogs.
They're dogs that live in prairie.
Okay.
Prairie hounds.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Timon.
No.
Yeah, same.
Me
That's-
too.
meerkat.
Ah,
Same thing.
Similar enough.
I
Not
had
But that's a very good
American
point.
Caddyshack was in my head, actually.
You see 3 canine-like creatures.
That are out on a
prairie, as it were.
On a prairie.
Prairie hounds.
Very dog-like in nature.
Yeah.
What's the name of that movie? House on the Prairie?
There you go. Hounds on the prairie?
Okay.
No, House.
Making it. Alright.
Yeah, I got you.
I will fly down to the group, inform them of this, and then fly over towards the dogs on the prairie.
Did they look diseased?
It's far away. Give me a second.
Yeah, they did.
Were they
I know.
walking funny?
It wasn't at 20.
I'll send Yume with them.
Are you gonna approach Felix?
Yes, but staying pretty
Quite
high
a
in the air.
distance away.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Yeah.
as fast as she can go.
Okay.
How fast can she go?
Felix, you make your way over there on
60
your
feet.
giant eagle, Chip, and as you begin to make lazy circles to come closer and closer, visual features begin to become distinct, but what strikes you first is the horrible and putrid stench that just radiates from this area. And you notice that the three canine-like creatures are dead.
Hmm.
Oh, they're not moving.
No, they're not moving.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And as you come down closer and closer, it almost looks... Their bellies look distended and engorged. In fact, their necks look distended as well.
I want to play Left 4 Dead.
Hmm.
And they're just...
I will fly back to the group. I ain't gonna mess with that. That's disgusting.
It's good you weren't with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I will fly back and inform the group. There's just these gross, bloated dogs, just all disjointed and it's gross. Let's, yeah.
I want to check it out.
No, it is
Ugh.
far out of the way it sounds. Is it?
General direction.
Oh, it is where it headed.
Not far off the road.
Oh, then.
Oh,
it's
then
fine.
yeah, I'm checking it out.
Should be fine.
Did they look freshly dead?
Did they look dead?
I was gonna determine that when I got there.
Yeah, okay.
Gar, give me a medicine check.
20. Unnatural.
Unnatural.
I'm sitting high up in the air.
Okay.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm going up, checking them out, and then taking one of the axes and investigating one of
They
them.
look fairly freshly dead.
Okay. Are they bloated like the other one and
Very, very similar. Their eyes are buggy
popping
a
out?
little bit. Their tongue is hanging out, and actually, you can, as you get a closer look, you can see that they've got almost food and gore kind of sticking out of their jaws as if they didn't finish eating something.
Are there any markings on them that indicate that they were in a fight or somebody hit them or attacked them or something like that?
Investigation check.
Not very good at investigation. 8.
I think they look pretty healthy other than the natural...
Just fucked up. Yes.
Yeah, other than the natural injuries that have been caused by the distended belly and
Okay.
the swollen neck, stuff like that.
Alright. That's fair
You
enough.
said natural?
Well,
This is natural?
It's not like there are slash marks or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's
consequences.
yes,
It's like the gluttony sin in 7.
kind of.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have Chip fly up and check this area for anything terrible. Wow, I rolled 2 d20s and rolled 2 1s.
You're a halfling though, so one of those gets to get rerolled.
This is
No,
Chip.
that's an eagle check.
Oh, never mind.
So, Chip is a bit disoriented by the stench, and so Chip is between the glare of the sun and the stench in your nostrils, you're having just a hard time focusing, and you don't really care what's in front of you. You just want to put distance between yourself and this pile of canine
I
corpses.
fully support Chip's decision.
Never send a real bird to do what a fake bird should do. And I send Yume to do the same, to see if there's any indication. This is cocked, right?
No.
What is it?
You put a
It's a
D4
15.
on it.
Okay. It is a 15 then. In that case, a 18.
18. Looks pretty uneventful ahead.
It is fine. Whatever this is unseen. So
I've
maybe
already
it is not
gone.
fine.
Do these like wolves, canines things,
They're hyenas.
hyenas?
They're prairie hyenas.
Do they look like they're coming from the same general direction that the other one was, or going towards it, or
Tough to tell because they weren't really.
moving? But are they all facing? Like they're all lying down dead. Are they all facing the same direction?
No, they're just sort of strewn about.
Okay, then never mind.
Let's go.
And you know from watching the other one that you had encountered that it walked in a very drunk-like fashion.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was hard
Riley,
to-
what's your AC?
Who?
Riley.
Riley.
AC.
18.
18. You narrowly dodge out of the way, just droplets of vomit falling down out of the sky.
Why me?
You left first.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Felix tries to hit the reset button on his stomach.
Alright, I'm moving onward.
Hey, Sebastian and Felix both threw up at those things.
Oh, true?
Dope.
Fucking
So
roast your meat.
Terrible.
Yeah.
At this point in time, we're going to take a quick break,
So,
and then we'll come back to see what happens and what our characters decide to do.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys in a
What?
second. So,
It wasn't like that.
we're back. During the first half of today's session, our characters made their way from the long abandoned grave of undead giants, and they managed to reunite with one of their old companions, Felix Venuste. They continued traveling southward. During their time, they came across a couple other ritualistic scenes of carnage. But we pick up with you guys making your way southward past that second set of hyenas, long dead hyenas. And you guys just continue traveling
prairie
southward.
hounds.
Yep.
Sorry.
Prairie hounds, prairie dogs, prairie digs.
See, that would have done it.
They really would have.
So you guys travel, make camp, take your rest, take your watches.
Yeah, take our watches.
Hey.
Is that a pun?
Yeah.
It goes uneventful
Successful, I'd say.
unless
That's it.
It was quite eventful, I'd say.
unless Sebastian fails a roll.
He's had enough.
Is that enough?
Yeah,
Yes.
you got, like, that diamond's worth at least 500 gold.
What the fuck? How big? What? Novelty dice? What is it?
It's like the size of a
Snake eyes.
D6, like slightly bigger than a D6.
Alright. Sorry.
It's super nice diamond. Nice.
It's like gold encrusted or
Dyson.
something?
Less successful? Alright.
You guys
I get 1 pun per day.
continue traveling the next day, and at this point in time, the landscape has become. It's gone from flat to gently rolling
Mhm.
hills.
Oh, we're approaching mountains, I think.
You come across a sign that's long weathered with just barely legible writing on it, and it just says Opires Junction.
Ah,
And there's just an arrow that just points down the road.
Well,
that's where we gotta go.
No, we gotta go through there. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, we gotta go through there.
Yeah.
Market.
That's what.
Sorry, go on.
Market, right?
That's where the merchant was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was coming from there, I think.
And it's the first sign of civilization since you guys had left the small town of Aura.
I am visibly giddy.
As you guys are traveling, describe to me how you're doing. Are you doing it the way you last left off? or are you doing it? How are you doing it?
I'm in
I'm
the
on
rear.
a horse.
Okay.
I'm on a horse, motherfucker. What you guys forget? I'll continue sending Yume ahead, and whoever can fucking guide me.
Okay. Specifically, Felix, how are you traveling? Because you're the outlier here.
Oh yeah, I am definitely flying.
Okay.
As soon as like civilization like comes into view, I'm just gonna be real damn excited and probably take off.
Oh, it's nowhere in sight.
Yeah.
Like, the sign had no indication of distance or anything.
And it was a withered one, so it doesn't see much attention, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the lettering was pretty faded.
Yeah. Sending Yume ahead.
Can I go take a look at the sign real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
So I want to make sure nobody like Wile E. Coyote'd the sign and made it point the wrong direction.
All right.
Wait, would you even have seen the sign from up above?
Well, I don't know.
His hawk has good eyes.
Yeah.
Eagle.
His eagle.
Yes, his eagle. His
I
giant
mean,
eagle.
we
Could be a giant
we
hawk.
know it's that direction, right? Like we heard. Oh, he doesn't. Never mind. That's right.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
check the sign.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, 5.
5.
That's nothing, bro.
Might not even be a sign.
Did you roll a 2?
Roll a 3.
Okay.
It looks like a sign, and it looks like it's pretty firmly implanted in the ground. You don't suspect any trickery.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
We're good to go.
So, Felix, are you sort of hovering above them? Or are you flying out in front? How are you continuing?
I am flying 35 feet above their head.
But like with
Oh.
them.
It's very low.
Oh, yes, with them.
You're not like zooming ahead and then coming back.
Correct.
That's barely
Well-
above the tree line.
Yeah, until I have a reason to fly far ahead, I'll try to keep pace with them.
You guys are traveling, and then Yume's going to like her max distance, like
100 feet.
98
ahead.
feet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah. Okay. Yume's gone. You guys are beginning a slow incline up a hill. But Yume's already at the top of the hill. So give me a perception check for Yume.
Dope. Unnatural 20.
Unnatural
Yume killing it now.
20. Yume sees a large cluster of individuals traveling in your direction. And as you guys are traveling, the right-hand side has a layer of trees, and the left-hand side is kind of open prairie. And Yume sees a large cluster of people, and there are 3 bison-like creatures pulling this large wagon forward.
Do they seem aggressive at all? Or like warriors, rather? Because I guess they don't know we're here.
As Yume takes a closer look, Yume notices that their complexion is kind of dark greenish to grayish. It
Like
kind of ranges.
orc vibes? Or like sick people vibes?
Like orc vibes.
Orcs. It's orcs.
And it's a band of orcs traveling in your direction with the war wagon. And because you rolled so high, you do notice that there are 3 humans chained behind their war wagon, just kind of keeping up and trudging along.
And it's a lot of orcs. Or is it like
It's over 10.
over 10? Shit. I notify the group of all those details.
And as you're notifying the group, because they're moving at a decent clip, kind of moving up the hill towards your direction,
Should we make for the tree line?
you guys hear the beating of drums off in the distance,
Dope.
and it kind of echoes, and you feel and hear this presence, this band coming in your direction.
Look, last time I had dealt with orcs, it was not a fun time. I barely made it out alive.
Let's go to trees.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get out
gonna
of
hide.
sight.
Okay. You're gonna hide.
Yeah, we're gonna let them pass.
I mean, we have a giant eagle and horses. That's going to be hard to hide.
Yeah. We go deep into tree line.
I'm going to fly up.
That is also a good idea.
You're gonna stay in the sky.
Yeah.
You're gonna be visible,
Okay.
mate.
So, give me stealth checks.
For us or the horses?
Everybody.
For you guys. You guys that have, well,
Can I fly out of sight? Just like really high?
if you can just like spiral upwards,
Yeah.
kind of straight up.
I can't see that.
You can do that. You can put some distance off and go up.
Well,
Yeah.
how clear is the sky right now? Like, is there cloudy enough to?
Fairly clear.
Clear,
There's
yeah.
some clouds, but they're far above where Felix would go.
Yeah.
Oh no, shit!
You
It's
have
disadvantage. So
Why do you
that's
have
really bad.
disadvantage?
Because I'm wearing heavy armor.
Oh. Yeah, do we have to worry about our armor with them being so far away?
You take it off.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, it's loud, but they're so far away they can't hear us.
And they have
Oh,
drums.
that's true.
Yeah.
Oh.
As long as you don't move.
Okay, so after we make it into the tree line.
Oh,
Cool.
don't worry, I rolled shitty anyway.
I will re-roll.
11.
11.
Same roll.
8.
14.
14.
He's a rogue. Roll a 4.
4.
These are the fucking shittiest.
I'm gonna write these down. We have a 4, a 14.
So I would like to move my
11.
horse slightly away from them. I detect they might not be quite as stealthy. I'd also like to cast Minor Illusion to try to conceal my horse better. So I'm tying it up to a tree and casting Minor Illusion to like.
Minor illusions is small.
It's 5 foot.
Yes. It is 5 foot, isn't
So,
it?
an illusion
Can we-
of what?
Shrubbery.
Shrubbery?
Oh, you're trying to mask
Mask the horse.
with.
Like you throw branches over something you're trying to hide, I'm doing that magically.
Okay. Okay.
Monty
dope.
Python
What was yours?
moment.
Excuse me.
11.
11.
Totally.
And Felix?
Oh, I didn't even know I'm just way high up in the air. 18.
Did you get mine?
Yeah.
What?
8.
8.
Yeah, 8. I mean, I can hide, you guys can't.
That's true.
Okay.
I'm the only stealthy one of the group. Well, maybe Sebastian now.
So,
Who's ready for a fight?
you guys you push your way into the let me change right here real quick.
We're good. We're good.
And,
I don't want to die.
19 for the eagle.
Nice.
Oh, fucking great.
Felix flies away, never to be seen again.
Yep.
No, 20.
Classic Felix.
Yeah.
So this band of orcs moves in your direction. Hold on, let me fill with a few settings.
What is that white thing we see at the front?
I think that's.
It's a piece. It's like a card or a piece of paper.
I'm about to describe it.
Okay. Sorry.
Yikes. That's a lot of. That's like a lot.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Okay, so this war band of orcs are approaching, and you guys have managed to pull your horses into the trees as much as possible. There's not a lot of room, and they've made good pace. So you guys haven't been able to get too deep into the thicket, but you've run out of time. So you've been forced to sort of stop and lay low and crouch down and try and hide as best you can given your circumstances. What you see is a series of orcs. The first of which is a tall individual, big muscular traps and shoulders with broad shoulders. His face is very angular, like his jaw comes out wide this way, and kind of his head kind of comes to a sort of a point this way, kind of thins up, and he's got a mohawk with a bone between his wide bulbous nose, and he's walking in front of 4 other orcs that are currently carrying a litter with 2 cloaked figures on the litter. Behind that is another orc that is wearing a cloak similar to the ones that are on the litter, except this cloak has no sleeves. And you see greenish arms with almost like white gloves. And then behind that are 3 bison-like creatures with textured and jagged horns, jagged ram-like horns that are pulling this cart, this massive war wagon that has large javelins and pikes sticking out the front of it. There are 3 individuals on top of that. There are 3 individuals behind it. Sorry, 2 individuals behind it. And then 3 humans that are trudging through, chained up to the back of this war wagon. Yes.
Do I get the impression in that litter are... What's in the litter? Can I tell?
2 cloaked figures. Give me a perception check.
7.
7.
22.
Riley, best you can tell is that one of them is very thin, and the other one is kind of fat. So this litter is very off balance.
Unsteady.
Yeah, it's very unsteady. Agär, you noticed that the thin one is coughing. There's just like a and the fat one, you see its hand come up to sort of scratch its face underneath its hood, and it's just like oozing pus. Just like
Can I determine if they're like humans or are they orcs or?
their skin is dark greenish grayish, similar to the others.
Okay, so they're probably
Tell me
orcs. Yeah. Well, no, not yet.
The humans in the back,
Yeah.
do they have pure gray skin, or are they normally colored?
They're just normal humans. They're not gray skinned.
What are they wearing?
To be clear, no one here is gray skinned like
Like
Yeah.
the Satan, yeah.
yeah. These are greenish grayish textured orc skin.
Also, just so I'm clear, the chained individuals are where in relation? Those
Here,
3.
those 3.
Okay.
Those 3. And this
And then
is
those
the
are
front.
Orcs.
Yeah. So this was the guy with the mohawk. This is the litter.
Right.
Another guy. The war wagon with the pikes. The 3 humans and then 2 orcs.
Dope.
Okay. They crest over the top and then they begin making their way downwards in your direction.
Hope they don't see me.
Don't notice anything about the humans?
They are unhappy.
I mean, they look weak and emaciated. Actually, you do notice. You notice that one of them is in the process of struggling with their chains.
Oh.
And the human actually manages to break free, and then you see him start sprinting away.
What? The fuck is he trying to do?
He just starts
Run for
sprinting
his life.
away.
Death wish.
As he sprints away,
Toward us?
no, you guys, he's heading away from the tree line. There's an orc on the top of the war wagon who's wearing chainmail, and he's got a necklace of 3 skulls, each of which has like the front part of it sort of punched out so that there's only just one giant eye and then kind of a negative space of where the other eye used to be. And he's got red tusks, and he holds his hand up for a second, and then he just watches and lets this guy just run and stumble and run his way, and as he leaves begins to leave just out of their range, he pulls his hand down, and then you see a series of arrows just loose right in the back of the individual, and he collapses to the ground.
We saw where the arrows came
From where? Yeah.
A bunch of the orcs have sort of
Cool,
put down
we're
their
good.
weapon and like the 2 orcs in the back who were beating the drums put it to the side, took out their bow and they held it, and then as soon as the orc in the war wagon, put it down.
These guys are badass.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah,
and
that
acid.
is not someone you want to fuck with very, very readily.
I would make a rack shot joke, but that's fair.
So then this guy pulls over and just tosses him into the back. Just kind of like dead weight.
They keep the human they just killed?
Actually, no. The war chief is going to, he pulls his fist up and they all sort of stop. And you guys are in the brush over here. Really kind of sweating it at this point.
Oh, how's time to put this?
And the orc in the back grabs the human corpse, and now that you get a better look, the front of the wagon, the side of the wagon, and unbeknownst to you, well, actually, the front of the wagon and the side of the wagon have two humans tied to them, long dead. And this guy goes ahead, and you can see him opposite you. He puts his hand up and he starts tying them with rope. He starts stringing this guy up who hasn't fully died yet. He just has a bunch of arrows in his back and he's just kind of bleeding out. And he begins tying the other hand.
It's like Mad Max.
Yeah, it is exactly like Mad Max.
I've never seen the movie.
Well,
Neither
you're
have I.
not missing out, but it's
I
kinda
think
dope.
we should probably help the fucking humans out.
Just like...
That seems like a good idea to me.
Okay, I'm gonna cast fire. How far away am I?
You guys are
in
in the thicket, not very far.
Oh, we're not even on screen. Okay.
Is the range 60 feet?
It's 30 feet radius.
No, I know the radius.
Is it 30 or 20?
I'm pulling it
Yeah,
up.
you're right, it's 20.
But don't hit the humans
Yeah,
in the back.
it's 30 feet of reach for 20 feet of explosion.
150 range, so you can put it
Maybe not.
anywhere. And
Am I 150 feet away?
Way,
less.
way closer than
Way
that.
less.
Can I cast fireball?
Yeah, so you're basically where your sign is over
Yeah,
here.
cool. Thank you. Can I cast fireball right in the middle to hit as many people as possible, but not the humans?
Like the litter or the wagon?
I'd say litter.
Where's the war chief?
This guy.
Put
Okay.
it in between the.
Right about.
But there's like a ton of orcs up front, right?
Yeah.
Like there's like 6 right at the litter.
In between the.
Yeah, hit the cloaked one in the middle of the
Okay.
back.
As you're beginning to cast the spell, Oni shifts a little bit, and a branch kind of snaps,
Shit.
and a bunch of them turn in your direction.
Yeah.
As their eyes begin to investigate and look and peer through.
Those dice in the cart are orcs, right? Not
Yes.
the humans?
Every die is an.
Except the 2 in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. On the war
It
chief.
might be easier if you looked over here.
It's kind of hard to tell.
So you want to put it here?
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking to do.
Okay.
I was thinking it's a good idea there.
So you can get. You will miss this front guy. And
Miss the back
you'll
guy.
get everyone in the cart.
Everyone, even the blue guy?
Fucking perfect. Do I question it?
Well,
You'll
trying
miss
to
him.
be
You'll miss him.
honest.
You'll miss the guy in the blue.
Okay. Dex saves from 90 people, please.
For all of
Here we go.
You can roll this for.
I think we should roll this.
I mean, you can. Is almost sick.
So, if I'm able to react in time for surprise round, I'll shoot an arrow.
How high up did you go?
I don't know,
What's
probably
your
like
DC?
100 feet.
14.
14.
I mean, 14.
So, success. Fail. What's there? Fail.
Then the people in the litter should have disadvantage.
I mean, I don't know.
Success.
Surprise round or not.
So you keep track of the successes and failures for me.
2 each, right?
2 each.
Yeah,
that's
2
right.
each so far.
Okay. Success. Success.
Fuck.
You said 14, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 13 plus 1. Okay. Guy in the middle. Fail.
For who?
Guy in the middle.
The war chief failed?
No, not the war chief. That's the cloaked figure with the
Yeah.
cut off sleeves.
War chief failed.
Woo!
Claw succeeded. And this guy failed. Okay.
So 5 failures and 5 successes?
There you go.
Yep.
And the war chief and the cloak figure both failed.
Yes.
That's how you
Is anybody else unique that I needed to keep track of?
The unique individuals are this one, this one, this one, and that one.
So one we couldn't reach.
2 we
the other
couldn't
ones-
reach, right?
No, we could hit the purple guy.
You hit everyone except him.
You said I didn't hit the blue guy in the back either.
Correct. But that's just an almost dead human.
How many
It's being
dice?
tied
Do
up.
you need me to give you those?
It's 8d6, right?
Yeah.
How many did you roll?
Ooh, that was an awesome roll.
Take which one?
9. 33.
33 points of damage. Woo!
Fire.
Nice.
Are we getting a surprise round?
Riley's
not after
Riley initiated it, and then we're going to initiative. Okay.
And I
Right
want to
after
take
that.
my arms and open them and then like a dragon mouth
Oh, that's
and
fun.
fire it.
Okay. So this large dragon head appears over it,
Oh, cool.
and it opens its jaws, and a large ball of fire comes out, engulfing the entire wagon, the litter, all the orcs, and then the ethereal dragon closes its jaws and just evaporates into
Oh
the
shit,
air.
it worked.
Yeah, that is crazy. This is like the dream you had. You should probably be more worried about killing them. But that was very exciting. Shield and sword.
That one.
When the fuck did you learn to do that?
Now.
What? just now. Just.
I mean, I thought like I dreamt it and I could try it. Yeah. Oh, I'm saving that shit for more in a big pickle.
Okay.
Big pickle.
Okay. What have I done to myself? Oh my god.
What did you do?
Yeah, you fucked yourself over, mate.
What did you do? What?
Hold on, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
No? Nobody watched
Welcome to
What
the
Would You
show
Do?
where people do math on the internet.
I don't know what you're
Stay
talking
trying.
about.
There's a Nickelodeon show. It's a terrible game show in like the 90s called What Would You Do?
Okay.
Never mind.
So,
Pies in the face.
give me initiative before we jump into things. 4.
18.
Well, you should. Are you gonna ask us for 25 to 20?
20, 25. Okay. 15 to 20.
18.
16.
So Felix and Sebastian.
Dexes?
Plus 3.
Wait, he's higher than me.
Oh, you said 18?
I said 16.
Yeah.
Oh, 6.
Yeah, I'm 18.
With your accent, I can't tell if you're saying 18 or 19.
I thought he was saying
Yes. 18.
Okay.
Oh, 18. I heard 19 as
Yeah,
well.
like ointing.
Jesus.
Choice.
Okay. Sebastian. Okay.
13.
13. Anyone higher?
Come on, guys.
Agär, roll for Fenrir.
For Fenrir?
Oh, that's right,
he gets his own turn. 8.
Oh, wow.
And hell
+4?
yes. Oh, Fenrir's gonna be up there.
It's a new thing.
Fenrir is 21.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's going first.
Yeah!
Okay.
I have more initiative now.
That's crazy. That's a lot of initiative.
Should I roll for Giant Eagle? Or just have him move me?
You are his initiative. You're going like, he is your movement.
Alright, we should just assume that he should not attack.
I agree.
Okay.
Cool.
If you want
He's a
to,
horse.
you know.
Okay, so let's dive into this mess I've gotten myself into.
Yes.
So a giant fireball erupts from an ethereal dragon head, completely wiping out these 4 as they just incinerate and crumble to the ground instantly. The other 2
Fear the fun buns.
The other 2 also fall and they die. And as they collapse to the ground, you can see
Fucking orc shit.
you can see that they both explode. They just-
Oh!
Sickly or
There's an explosion of gore and blood that just splatters around them. That guy takes the hit, but immediately begins preparing himself for combat. That one takes the hit, the war chief, but he kind of he emerges from the fire, his hide burning, and he just grabs his weapon and he begins moving in your direction. This one managed to duck underneath the side of the war wagon, managing to block itself from some of the fire from you. As we go to Fenrir.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull the gauntlet, and bring Fenrir forth. And be like, get that one. And it's gonna be the orange one that's closest to the shrubbery.
This one?
No, the other one. All the way at the end. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's not a buffalo?
No. The buffalo are like here. I
okay.
didn't put
I
that.
assume they're all dead now.
Yeah.
Aw,
So Fenrir's gonna go to him.
Bring them back.
Oh shit! No. Would you mind?
What's Fenrir's movement? I believe 40?
Fenrir can move
40?
50.
No.
He can move 50 feet.
He's 1 square short.
He's 1 square short?
1 square short.
Damn. Okay. Then he... Fuck. All of his stuff, all of his magic is passive. That's all he's gonna do is get right up in his face, and that's it.
That's true.
Okay. So Fenrir's gonna use his...
Sorry.
use his movement to get up into the orc's face. It is the war chief's turn. As he begins shouting orders to everyone else. And he pulls his blade out and it glistens in the sun.
Dope. I don't speak Orcish.
My die is by your right foot.
Is it?
Okay, fuck. Moves up into your range, and
It's all up in your business.
okay. And his action was shouting to the others. Cool. As we now go to Felix, as you're flying above.
Would you like to get nervous?
I'm going to fly down
Yep.
on the opposite end of the cart. And so so the war chief is in between me and the people. Yep. Fly down there. Just hovering about 40 feet off the ground.
Okay.
And we'll dissonant whisper the war chief. And then fly back up.
All right. So you swoop down. It's a wisdom save.
Yeah.
That's a fail. It's a 5.
Sounds like
Sweet. So he takes
Where does he run?
12, 13 points of damage and runs deep into the woods.
to us.
Yes,
Towards
hopefully
us.
surrounded by all you guys.
13 points of damage, and then he moves. Oh my god! I dropped on you.
It is okay, I can take it.
He moves, and he starts moving through the brush as there's this psychic assault on him, and then he's immediately confronted with a large 7-foot tall dragonborn who's doing the best he can to hide, but noticing that combat is as it's happening, brings himself to his full height and emerges, meeting the orc face to face. As we now go to Sebastian, as you then swoop off.
Are we the same height?
Did you roll the damage, Chris?
He's pretty tall. Yeah, 13.
Yeah, 13
Oh,
points
sorry, I totally
of
missed that.
psychic.
Okay.
Peter, I'm gonna need you to look up a spell here.
Yeah.
I'm considering casting sleep on the wagon, basically.
Okay. So sleep.
Well, I can tell you the way that it would work is you would roll the dice, and basically it would go based on how much HP they have left. So say you roll 30. If that guy had 25, he would fall asleep, and then it would move on to the next person, and it would take 5 from them. So if he had less than 5, then they would fall asleep.
That's correct.
What's the radius of
20.
the
20
effect?
feet range.
20.
Radius, sorry. 90-foot range. So you can cast it within 90 feet of yourself for a 20-foot area, in fact.
Yeah, I'd like to get the cart or the not including the human guy who doesn't have a lot of hit points.
Okay. So what was it? 20-foot range?
20 feet, yeah.
20-foot range, 5d8.
That's right. 5d8,
And
some
it
d8s. I got
Are you trying to get the war chief or
I'd
no?
like to get as many as I can, but I can't do I can't see from here.
Realistically, you're just gonna affect the cart. You're not gonna roll that many points.
Yeah, I mean, you can actually get all 3 of them.
Okay.
This is a dead human, so I'm just gonna remove him from the field.
Okay.
I'm gonna give a quick caveat. The creatures are affected in ascending order of current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures. So if there's a guy in there with 5 HP, it'll target him before the guy with 10 HP.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. 5d8.
Yep.
Oh, the blue guy's gone.
That's a human. I just removed it. So
You know, because you set him on fire.
14, 15, 19, 24.
24 to, and then it starts with the person that has the most.
Yeah.
The lowest.
That's the lowest.
Oh, lowest to highest. Okay.
Yeah. So whoever's in that radius, if that 24 can overcome their total remaining HP,
Yeah.
they fall
So
asleep.
this person had 1 HP left. So they're asleep.
23.
23. 23 goes to purple. Not quite enough. The purple one is still up. So it
That
doesn't
one green fucker. See, that's what it was.
doesn't go.
Would 24 have done it?
No, like 34.
Oh,
more.
shit. Alright.
Okay. Anything else, Sebastian? You want to move or anything?
I will move over
Yeah.
in between Oni and Yellow.
Riley.
That's
Used to be used
Okay.
before that.
Thank you. We now go to the one in the center, right over here. This is the cloaked one with no sleeves. He's got his hood pulled up. He has green skin with a number of boils that are just softly oozing and pussing.
Yeah.
And he has white, it almost looks like latex glove, but it's not as smooth as latex. It's like rougher, and it's tied off with some twine
Sounds like a hide.
over here. It is a hide. It's human skin.
Ooh, gross.
Oh.
Ooh. Well, not really gross, but gross in the context that it's being used.
Okay.
That's gross.
Human skin isn't gross.
This one is going
On the
to
lampshade it is.
That's true.
extend its hands, its humanly sickly hands, towards that 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see here how many people it can get.
Whatever it is, we can handle it. Forget.
Gar, Riley, and Sebastian, I need you all to make charisma saving throws.
Oh, great.
Ooh.
16?
6.
also 6. Is this a charm effect?
I do not see anything about a charm in here. Okay. So, Riley, you managed to shrug off the effect, but a halo of, like, black energy surrounds Agär.
Shit.
Nope. That's not good.
That's really bad.
Sebastian, it's not Crown of Madness.
Oh, okay.
It's not Crown of Madness.
Thank God.
You guys have to roll a d4 and subtract it from everything you do
Bane.
Oh, per roll.
per roll.
Bane's
So,
also a terrible spell to have.
on your turn. And then he's going to move.
I'd say Crown of Madness would be more convenient right now, but
Yeah, no, it would have been way more convenient. Bane isn't
Okay.
as bad as I thought it would be.
Bane is still pretty bad.
No, it is. But...
Now we go to Agär.
All right. I'm going to run up
Lucky.
Okay.
and 20, 25.
I respect it.
How far is the guy with the gold?
He's not gonna let anything.
How far is he?
He's just solid.
Like 30.
30 feet. Shit.
Yeah. 30 feet away.
All right. I'm gonna
What
throw.
else he knows?
I'm gonna throw one of my hand axes at him.
Okay, go for it.
So I roll a disadvantage because it's more than 20 feet. Both of them.
And subtract a d4.
And a subtract 4. Great. Nat 1.
Yeah, you miss.
-4 though.
-4, so -3.
Minus a d4.
Yeah.
But you roll a 4.
Because I rolled a 4, yeah.
So you take your axe, and right as you're about to throw it, the black circlet around your head covers your eyes, and it just goes just clattering off into the distance.
Extra attack. I'm gonna throw a
Extra
second
attack.
one. Alright. No.
Same thing.
No.
You take your second hand axe, throw it. Again, you miss wildly, one to the left and one to the right.
Well, hold on. It's a 2. -4 is -2, plus 8 is 6.
No.
Okay.
Still misses.
How did I roll 2d4, like 2 4s?
Alright, Oni.
Good mathing though.
You're the
Alright. So who am I near? Oh, you said I was
War
face
chief.
to face with the war chief, right?
Face to face
Yeah.
with the war chief.
Okay.
Oh wait, there's.
All right. Okay.
That guy.
I
This is
can.
the war chief right here.
All right. Dope. 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 I think. I will. Second level thunder. No. Second level burning hands.
Okay.
Dex save, please. DC 14.
It's a nat 1.
Yes. That makes me very happy, my friend. That's 46. Rolls. 9, 10, 12 points of fire damage. Is he looking fucked up?
12 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
As he engulfs in flames. Not quite. As he takes the fire damage, you see that pretty much everyone's attention is entrained on you guys. And in unison, as soon as they see this magic being cast, they all stomp their right foot 3 times and yell, Grummsh!
Grummsh! And I will action surge.
Okay.
And I am gonna...
Riley, you're on deck.
Ah, shit, do I do it again? No, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna do it again. I'm action surging to Burning Hands at second level again.
Okay.
DC 14 dex save, please.
It's a 19 this time.
So that succeeds.
Yeah. So he pushes
Little bit.
back out of the way, so you don't quite manage to get the full effect on him, but he still catches some of the flames as they char.
10.
10.
Halved, so...
Oh, half. Okay.
Yeah, because he
Fine,
succeeded,
gotcha,
right?
gotcha. I thought 10 was half. Okay.
No, I wish.
Do you want to move or anything?
Yeah, I'll move.
You'll take an attack of opportunity.
If he's going to do that, then I will not move.
Okay. You will not move.
And I will just chill there. I'm gonna hang out, give him a dragon smile.
Okay. Riley.
I notice he's in Oni's range of attack, so I cast Dissonant Whispers, and I hope he fails.
I approve your decision making.
What'd you easy? 14?
14?
Wisdom?
Yeah.
That's an 11.
Woo!
So he fails. He stumbles backwards, being dissonant whispered from the front, being dissonant whispered from the back, and he stumbles backwards.
I rolled an 18 to hit him.
13 points of damage.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
13 points of damage. Nice.
Second damage.
Okay. And he takes 7 points of damage, one of which is radiant from me.
Nice. So you take a couple swipes at him right as he's leaving your range, and you get a couple of heavy wounds right across the biceps, and they just begin to bleed heavily. Okay.
Can I step back 30 feet toward you?
In the brush? Okay.
Thank you.
We're now going to go to those 2 orcs back here.
Oh, can I use my bonus to cast temporary hit points?
Okay.
On... Did I get hit?
I didn't get hit.
Oni!
I'm fine.
Okay. So Riley begins to sing, and as she sings, you see this ethereal kind of like armor outline against you, and it kind of disappears, but you can feel it
What just happened?
Here you go. Here you go. Here you go now. You get 3 temporary hit points.
Woo! I feel suddenly
Okay.
better.
As we go to the 2 orcs in the back. Who's gonna do it? That one's already in melee, so he's gonna take a shot. That's a,
Fenrir
Thanks,
Yep.
you too.
that's a 19 to hit with the bow,
hits,
and a 10 to hit with the sword.
misses.
Guys, D&D is great.
Okay, so
Shit.
Is it non-magical?
it's non-magical.
Haha, resistance.
Well, that's
6 plus 4,
10,
10 total.
so 5 points of damage.
what? It's -3.
Oh, -3?
Yeah.
Okay, so 7 points of damage.
Okay. So,
Your
arrow.
-3. So that...
No, it's to Fenrir.
Oh, Fenrir.
Yeah,
It is
that's why I'm like, it is
the,
half damage.
The arrow
Resistance is
goes
half,
through him, but the blade swings wide.
Fenrir helps, but he's okay.
As we now go to
No.
this guy over here.
70 hit points?
I have that 7. Fenrir has 30.
Yeah. I don't care about Fenrir right now. That's insane.
Plus 5 Constitution.
Fenrir has almost as many hit points as I do.
It's almost as much as you do?
He's got 2 more hit points.
He's gonna take 2 melee attacks against Agär.
Bring it, motherfucker.
That's a 2,
Miss.
and that's a natural 20.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
Well,
That's not good.
Yeah, you're good.
It's like he hit you with 2 average attacks.
it's true.
That is true.
So you suffer.
Way to look on the positive side, buddy.
Yeah. The bard's job.
Yeah.
20. You suffer 23 points of slashing damage.
23
23.
minus 3. Okay,
As he just makes a swipe across you.
so it's 20 points of slashing.
Actually, because he had advantage on one of those rolls.
Did he?
So that's a 19. So the second one will hit
Alright.
as well. Okay. So that's another.
That was like 3 attacks.
Thank you, Felix.
17 for the second.
17, so 14. Wow.
He takes 2 big swipes across you. He's just frothing at the mouth. He looks very, very aggressive.
I do have an orc pauldron on.
You do.
That's one of my gear.
Now go to.
Ah, you fucker.
Okay. This one is going to. Yeah, no. Alright. This one is going to
Oh, the guy's attacking you.
step back. Oni's the one that's in the. Sorry, not Oni. Agär, you're kind of in the middle of all this.
Yeah.
She twists her hand. Actually twists her hand. She's turning a skull in her hand, and shooting out from the skull is a beam of white energy. I need you to make. Oh, no, I'm making a spell attack roll. That's a 17 to hit you.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Well, cutting words that.
Yeah! Thanks, buddy.
Ooh.
Are you within range?
I don't know. We've been kind of playing fast and loose with the eagle.
Then I leave it to the DM, like I said.
He said he flew away.
Yeah, I definitely flew away. And cutting words is 60 feet, I believe.
Presumably you used all your movement.
But he used half of it to get into range.
True. So half of it and half.
You know, yeah. Well, let's say the eagle also has this. I was assuming that it's going to dash as 160.
Yeah.
So I can go anywhere on the map at any point.
Yeah, but it's not even been 6 seconds in game time.
Yeah.
So presumably you wouldn't have been able to notice or like correct your trajectory to save me.
Yeah, I think you would have put yourself a bit out of distance.
Yeah.
We'll be a little
That
more
works.
we'll be a little more clear next time with the distance.
Yeah, it's fine.
So there's a blast of
Oh god.
white
I don't
energy.
like that sound. That's a big sound.
As you suffer.
Oh no.
Is it Ray of Sickness?
No, it's Guiding Bolt.
Oh, cool. That's real bad.
16 points of damage.
You have quite a few
And that's
debuffs.
magical damage, right?
Yeah.
Magical.
Yeah, okay.
Radiant.
That's fair enough.
And
Do I have what?
Next attack against you has advantage.
More debuffs.
Next weapon attack, I think.
Melee.
Shit. God damn.
Yes.
What happens?
Spell attack.
Wait, what
Being
happens?
targeted.
And then we go back up to
The
Fenrir.
next attack on you has advantage.
Oh, fuck's sakes.
Guiding Bolt, bruh. Fenrir's turn?
Fenrir's turn.
Fenrir. Fenrir's gonna go ahead and attack that one.
Okay.
God damn with the fucking dice.
No, you just bad
Okay, I don't know. Shut up. He's gonna use
His is
his
you.
bite attack. 15 to hit.
Alright.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, 2d6.
Let's just ignore every other.
God damn, that's horrible.
You want me to roll one? Oh, sorry, it's a
4
little
plus
sorry.
3 is 7 points of force damage.
Okay.
And if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a DC 13 saving
Is it undead?
throw
Oh, no, sorry, that's something else.
or be knocked prone.
13, you said?
Yep. 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Fails.
All right, it's knocked prone.
Son of a bitch, what did I do to myself? Okay. He's knocked prone.
Yep.
Is Fenrir gonna move?
That's all Fenrir can do. Actually, he's gonna hesitate and kind of look at me in trouble, but I'm gonna tell him to stay there.
Okay.
Hold his ground.
Okay, so he holds his ground. We now go to the orc war chief with the red tusks. He's going to.
Hello. Oh, right. He was moving away from me because of Distant Whisper.
He's in a rage.
He could, but
He's in a rage?
He's a barbarian.
Metaphorical rage.
Oh.
Oh, not an actual.
he's emotionally raging.
He's too mentally enraged with Oni to go
Bring
to
it.
Agär.
I will fight you, bro.
So he's gonna move back into your melee. He draws his giant great axe as he does so, cutting right through the brush. That's a 16 to hit,
I have my shield and it does not hit me.
and that's a 17 to hit.
No, it will not hit me either.
Okay, so both attacks miss as they deflect right off your shield.
There's
We
nothing
now
better
go to
in life than a
Felix.
All right, on a scale of dead to 10, how's Agär looking?
2,
Not really. Not good.
3, maybe?
3, I'd say, is closer.
Ah,
Move.
shit.
He's still wiggling.
Yeah, I really didn't want to blow a turn doing that. Fine.
Sebastian.
I will. What was that?
Go for it.
Nothing. Go for it.
I will dive bomb towards Agär.
Yeah.
I will yell high five.
I'm gonna high five him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to reach down and high five and give him a level 3 cure wounds.
Level 3, god damn.
Okay. That's a lot. And then move out of his reach.
Yes, but I'm going to hover 35 feet above my companions.
Okay, so over here.
Chris, have your faces outside the screen, bro.
Sorry, concentrating on rolling your heals. 4, so that's 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 5 is 18 points healed.
Thank you.
And as a bonus action, I will inspire you by just singing out as we high five. Quit dicking around, let's make this brief. Turn it on around and go fuck up the war chief.
You got it, mate.
And that is my turn.
I missed the rhymes.
Okay, as we go to Sebastian.
I would like to try to cast sleep on the last conscious person on the wagon.
The purple dude. Yeah.
Okay.
He hasn't been hit since.
It's not concentration, is it?
No.
Okay, it's like half
Actually,
the fireball.
I don't know.
Yeah, but after
I meant
that.
since then.
No,
'cause
he
he
No,
didn't
no,
go-
not since then.
Yeah.
Sleep, I don't think sleep is concentration.
Checking.
If you're doing a cast, well, you're.
Can I borrow the...
Oh yeah. Here.
It is not.
I got it, Peter.
It's not concentration.
I don't need it.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Damn.
You can actually do it.
Holy fuck.
I need 34.
Yeah, 16.
Plus 12.
Yeah.
28 plus
28
35.
plus 7, 35.
35?
That's crazy.
Anybody else got 1 hit point?
This orc falls asleep.
Yeah!
Love the
so
hard
loud.
CCs, y'all.
So hype.
Love the hard
The-
CCs.
The skull kind of begins to droop a little bit. She's fighting it, but then she kind of just slumps against the side of the wagon
Dope.
and falls asleep. Anything else, Sebastian?
I'm gonna move towards Agär. I assume I don't take an opportunity attack. from the
Nah,
horse.
he's not
Okay,
looking
yeah, I'm gonna move towards Agär.
How close?
Like right next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Alright. Now go to the hand. What's the hand gonna do? So there's this orc creature, the one with the cloak, the no sleeves, and the human-like gloves. It's going to cast.
It was running away.
It was. But now it's going to cast.
I saw how bad your aim was.
Yeah.
Inflict wounds.
Oh
on
no.
Agär.
Oh no.
It's a melee spell attack.
3d10.
It's gotta
And-
come into.
Yeah, it's a nice spell attack.
Oh, I thought the other guy. I thought it was the
We're talking
golden.
about blue guy.
Yeah, we're talking about blue guy.
No, this guy right here.
Oh.
He's gotta. Does he have to come into range?
If it's inflict wounds, yeah.
Yeah, he has to touch me.
Oh, it's touch. Ooh.
That'd be a crazy powerful first level spell.
Yeah.
He didn't have
No.
It's like
He'll do
3d10
it.
or something.
He'll move
Alright.
up and
Bring
he'll touch you.
He'll try to.
He has advantage.
It's true. Guiding
Well,
bolt is still in
guiding
effect.
bolt is still. Is it for me?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the next.
nobody's attacked me
It's
since.
the next
It's the next targeted attack.
attack roll.
Yeah, towards me.
It's the next required.
So
attack.
that
Melee
is.
attack. I think it's melee.
When it gets targeted.
Probably right.
Either way, it's a 17. It didn't matter.
Yeah, it hits.
It's okay. You suffer.
Could I cutting words that one?
Nah, you're out of range again.
No,
No, he
he's
said he
35
said
feet
he'd
above.
stay-
He said he's 35 feet. He did say that.
Oh,
so
shit, he did
yeah,
say
you
it.
can cutting words it.
Yeah, buddy!
Oh, I looked up inflict wounds. That's what
I was with you though. I was
Yeah.
like, we're gonna read this.
yeah.
Yeah, so the next attack roll would have advantage.
Yeah.
It rolled lower on the second one anyway.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
So, and I subtract saying, come on, I just healed him! So I only subtract 2.
Next attack roll.
That's a
against
15.
his target.
Does not hit.
Does not
AC
hit.
is 16.
So you're right.
Is it burns a spell slot
It's correct.
Fuck yeah.
trying to
look
inflict
better.
some wounds on you. Agär, you're up.
Alright, first thing I'm gonna do is second wind myself.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
That is 12 points to heal. That puts me up to 50. Appreciate everyone taking care of me. By the way, do I do anything to get rid of Bane?
No.
Oh, it just stays with. Okay. Alright.
That's why
And you
it's
could
a
hit the guy who cast on you and break concentration.
Fine. I'm just gonna roll to attack the guy who hit me with Bane. The guy, the sleeve dude.
Yeah. So he's concentrating.
That is 15 plus 8 is 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I did roll the 2.
Okay.
Yep. I'm doing that with my maul, and I'm expending a superiority die to knock him prone.
Alright.
I get to reroll ones. God damn it, the 2. Alright, so that is 8, 5, 13 plus 5 is 18 points of damage on the first roll.
Alright, Agär. You said you were using your maul.
Yeah.
He comes up to you. He tries to grab you to inflict wounds, but you bat it away. You swing your maul around, and the orc, just knowing what's coming, puts his chin up and extends his hands out, and just says "Grummsh."
Grummsh!
As you just pummel him right across the chin, you hear a sickly snap as he just dies.
And I'm no longer baned.
I don't know, but I like it.
That's what I fucking thought. I'm gonna turn to the other one. Your turn, man.
Alright, go for it.
Extra attack, motherfuckers. So that was an 11. 11 minus 2 is 9 plus 8
You
is
don't have a -2
17.
anymore.
Oh yeah, I don't. So 11 plus 8 is 19 to hit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to expend a superiority die to knock that one prone. So that is fuck yes. That is 11 plus 8 is 19 plus 5 is 24 points of damage.
Jesus, 24 points of damage.
So much damage. It's crazy.
I'm 1 point away from my maximum damage with one hit.
And then does he have to make a save for your superiority?
Yeah, strength save to stay standing. DC 16.
That's a 16 plus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. He stays
on.
he
So he
stays.
saves.
Just gonna bring my mullet. Boom! Right in the
He
chest.
takes it right into the chest, but he digs his feet into the ground and then starts moving back
Oh, you're a big boy out of chat.
aggressively. Oni.
Yeah, War Chief is up in my face again, right?
Yep, he sure is.
Hey, hello. Well, I already used my action surge, so I can't do that again. Break that off. And I still haven't taken any damage. Thank you as well for the temporary hit points. I am going to shocking grasp him.
Okay. He,
Probably not going to hit that one.
he is wearing metal, so you get advantage.
So that was 7. Natural 18. Plus.
I'm pretty
6.
sure shocking grasp works that way.
It does.
It does.
Yeah, if you're wearing metal.
So of course.
Excuse me. Make a melee spell attack against your target. You have advantage on the attack roll if the target is wearing armor made of metal.
Yep.
Dope.
My
So that's 2d8.
Wait, I thought you were wrong.
Oh my god, what trash.
I meant
That is 8 points of lightning damage, and it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Okay. So the electricity flows through him and he fries for a second. He's breathing heavily, his shoulders are slumped, his blade sort of digs into the ground. He's just fighting to stay on his legs.
Dope. I don't think I can do anything else, so that's my turn.
Okay. Riley.
I see that guy struggling, and I cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. Dex save?
Yep.
Yeah.
DC 14.
That's a failure.
Woohoo! 4 points of radiant damage.
4 points of radiant damage.
It's not the worst.
You don't get
What's that or anything?
But
As
then,
this radiant energy flies towards him, he sees it coming, and he just closes his eyes, ready to take it. How do you want to give me the final blow?
Hey.
Kill Stealer.
I wasn't expecting this. Is his mouth open? Like, nah.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to shoot it straight in his mouth.
Okay.
So he can't say Groot or whatever he's gonna say.
He begins to
jokes.
speak it, and it just gets muffled, and there's a small explosion in his neck.
It's like that scene in Star Wars where the proton torpedoes go whoop, right down his throat.
Okay.
Luke Skywalker would be proud.
Anything else, Riley?
Bonus action, temporary hit points to Agär.
Yeah.
No dragon.
Okay.
This time.
Nah, we're alright.
You right.
Okay, those two orcs are going to take attacks at Fenrir.
Bring it.
That's a 12.
Doesn't hit.
And that's a 14.
Doesn't hit.
They take 2 swipes at it, but its misty-like form is just too much to pin down.
He's gonna growl at them.
Okay. The blade is now going to...
Yeah, right?
She's gonna make 2 melee attacks. There's not much else he can do.
I mean, his name is Blade.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a 13 to hit.
To hit who?
You.
Oh, me.
Yeah, it's right up in your
Miss.
business. And an 8.
Miss.
Just 2 wild swings as the battlefield is beginning to look really, really grim for him and his companions, and he's just swinging more and more wildly, trying to make up for the fact that his allies are fallen, and he's getting desperate here, but he misses wide.
Yeah, was there a reaction at all to the war chief going down?
No, I mean,
Not
they're
sure how aware they are of it.
yeah, they're all into it.
Right.
Give me a history check.
All of us or just
Just him, because he asked.
Okay.
It's 3.
3? Okay, yeah, you're not quite sure, but
What did you roll?
taking down their leader didn't help.
2.
Okay.
Plus 0, but jack of all trades.
Oh my god.
We're up to Fenrir.
All right.
Does sleep save or anything?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Nope.
Just,
A minute?
yeah, it's a minute.
Fenrir.
All right. Fenrir's gonna go ahead and take a bite of that dude who is prone.
Okay. With advantage.
Yep, with advantage. Motherfucking Fenrir.
Yeah, just a minute.
That is a 19 plus 5 is 24 to hit.
Yeah.
And he's gonna do a bite attack. Fenrir, use bite!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
8 plus 3 is 11 force damage.
Okay, more than enough.
So he's gonna like coalesce and just like rip out his throat. And he's gonna just stare at the other one as the blood like doesn't quite stay, like it kind of hovers up as he moves away, but it falls down because it's not physical entirely.
Right.
I don't know if it mattered, but sleep doesn't affect undead, and creatures immune to being charmed aren't affected by the spell, obviously.
We're good. Oh, thank you, though. Okay.
That's Fenrir's action.
Felix, you're up.
I will.
Perfect temperature.
Yeah, I'll just I'll go in and drop just a level 1 dissonant whisper on the blue guy. So I'm going to swing out to stage left. Yep, go. Yep, and dissonant whisper.
Okay. Wisdom save.
Mm.
That's a failure. Jesus, man.
He takes 6 points of damage.
Yeah, he does.
Nice.
6 points.
It's
of psychic
not
damage.
much.
And runs away from Felix.
I'm a scary guy.
That's an 11 to try to hit him on the opportunity attack.
This is
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You're inspired, mate.
That's true.
I am inspired. Hold on, what do I get for inspiration?
It's a D8 now.
It is a D8. And I rolled an 8!
Wow.
So that's
Hey.
19.
you take a swipe and just barely hit him as he's running away.
Get to reroll ones. 9 points of damage. Oh wait, plus 5. 14 points of damage.
Damn. Nice. You take a stab at him. Sorry, you hit him with your maul. And he stumbles forward,
Get back here, you little belly bastards.
stumbling into the front of the war wagon, just narrowly missing the 2 bloody spikes that are sticking out from it. In fact, he sort of falls into the chained up dead human that's hanging on the side. He stumbles into it, bites its neck out, and then turns around in fury with just like flesh hanging out.
That was unnecessary.
Anything else, Felix?
No. So I will, just fly up 35 feet and just idling a little closer to them, but
Okay.
higher in the air.
Alright. You lazy
Not a
circles.
hummingbird.
Sebastian.
I will, I guess, try to attack the blue guy, the bleed.
Okay. And you're gonna move up in melee? Okay.
I wonder if he's
Dagger.
half vampire.
Oh, he's now just like cornered in there. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
That is 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
So much.
6 piercing damage.
6 piercing damage. As he's frothing at the mouth, spitting out this chunk of flesh that he had just taken a bite of, you manage to take your blade and you slice him right underneath his square jaw. Blood begins to pour.
Offhand dagger.
Okay.
25 to hit.
That'll hit.
4 piercing damage.
4 piercing damage. You come across with the other dagger. Again, one across the right side of his neck, the other one across the left side of his neck. And now he's got 2 streams of blood coming down.
Okay.
Agär,
Alright. I'm going to... How's he looking?
pretty rough.
Yeah.
He's not doing well.
I'm going to go ahead and take a few steps forward, but not quite get into range. I'm going to throw a hand axe at him. 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Nope, that won't hit.
That won't hit.
Not for this one.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and throw another hand axe.
So your axe is right into the side of the war wagon.
Yeah. And then the next one is going to be for 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alright. And I'm expending superiority die to knock him prone again. Wait. Superiority die for trip attack. Yeah, any weapon attack will do. Alright, so that is 7 plus 5 is
Alright,
12.
give me the final blow.
Yeah, so I'm taking Felicity. After the first one misses, I'm taking Felicity, and I'm like, alright then. And it just sucks right in the middle. And it just like slinks right in.
So there's a blur of green and silver as this green-handled axe goes flying through the air, embedding itself right into his forehead. The guy falls to the floor.
Beautiful. Thanks, mate.
Oni.
Cool. So, now...
Oh, sorry, hold on. I want to take my action surge. I'm running towards Fenrir.
Alright.
25 feet. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
The guy by Fenrir is dead, right?
No. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, the one on the floor, yeah.
But there's one that hasn't been touched.
The green one.
And then there's the people on the top of the thing.
There's
Are they like on the
though.
top
there
or are
are
they
two
like in?
asleep. They're in. It's a war wagon, so there's no cover.
Okay, it's just open.
Yeah.
Cool. I'd like
And
to...
right in the middle is a large brazier with a burning fire.
Mm.
They're nice and fluffy.
How much space does it occupy? Could I like get into that?
Yeah, you can
and
get in. You
walk
can move
around?
safely around it.
Okay, I'd like to do that. I'd like to get in there.
Okay. Easy enough.
That's a burn.
That's me.
Oh, that is you. And that's pretty much 30.
That's 30.
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to use my action to dash.
Okay.
I will walk around towards the green guy.
Yep.
The guy with 1 hit point. Yeah, and I'll just stay there.
Okay. Is your
Watching him sleep.
ready to awaken him?
I'm gonna murder him.
Riley.
So the green D12 is up.
Yeah,
Yes.
is alive.
Yes.
Not
Am I-
damaged.
Correct.
Can I get within 60 feet and use Sacred Flame?
Probably.
Sure.
Yeah. Go for
Next
it.
save.
Right now.
Oh no. That's it.
No.
Alright. That's a natural 20.
Fails.
He's gonna come from behind
But
and
that
win
isn't
for the
creature.
group.
It's true.
It's all
My
in him.
bonus action, I'll use Spiritual Weapon just to make Oni happy.
Yay!
And I want it to be a dragon tail. And I want to flap him on the head.
Alright,
All
large,
back to prologue episode for us.
large ethereal dragon head, tail
Where did it go?
coalesces in the air.
This. 17?
Oh,
Yeah, that'll hit.
Hey.
you sound so dejected.
5 points of black damage.
Thwack!
Whack indeed.
As it gets thwacked by the
Spiritual dragon dog.
yeah, as well as the spiritual guardian wolf. He's just getting all sorts of force damage.
Hell yeah.
It's dope.
Fuck it up.
Anything else?
No.
That one's going to move into Fenrir's space because he's been the problem. And that's a 17 to hit.
Hits.
Yeah, nothing really particularly matters.
Lost his plan.
I mean, we
Yeah,
don't know
that's
if
9
it's
points of
together.
damage to Fenrir.
Halved. So 5 or 4?
Rundown.
It's just kidding.
4.
As opposed to in here.
Oh.
Okay.
Interrogate the one at the card.
You know what? This guy's pretty weak, and the other one is asleep. We're gonna jump out of initiative.
Dope.
What would you guys?
I'd like to murder the sleeping one.
How would you like
With
to
my
do
sword.
so?
With Alamir's sword.
With Alamir's
I will
sword.
take sword. And what would be swiftest way to kill him? Well, he's asleep, so it doesn't really matter. I will through the base of skull, and then drop corpse out.
Okay, easy enough. You put him out of his sleeping misery.
Wait!
Yes.
And then there's the final one. This female orc-like character with a hood pulled up and just a skull with one eye and a staff of gnarled wood that it's holding.
Can we ask her who Grummsh is?
Yeah, she is asleep at the moment, so no.
Well,
I'd like to search her. I'll just dive in and start rummaging through her pockets.
We can talk to the humans. They'll know what's going on, no?
Probably not unless they
Okay.
speak Orcish.
Investigation check.
No, we should ask.
I agree, we should ask.
We can kill her.
Ooh, that worked out well. I didn't
Did
expect
I?
that.
No, not
21.
Oh,
21.
what's that?
You find a number of valuables, but nothing that Felix might consider valuable. There seem to be a number of like dried out human tongues, a couple of small like finger bones that are kept in a jar, kind of rattle around.
these components for spells.
Not much in terms of gold coins or anything like that. You find a couple of things that look to be vaguely religious, like religious symbols. Little small like crosses with circles around them.
I puke upon touching a tongue with my bare hand.
Yep. Okay.
Absolutely. They seem to keep.
I get out of the cart and give up on everything.
So you guys watch as Felix swoops down, gets off the eagle, begins to rummage around, but then just immediately walks away, holding his hand. You can see him gagging.
Did we kill her?
She's still asleep, but not for much longer. What do you guys want to do with her?
Do we want to ask?
Agár, can you tie her up?
Aye, right, certainly can. I'm gonna tie her up.
I'll
Easy
work
enough.
on picking the locks of the 2 remaining humans.
I'm gonna go over and investigate the war chief.
Okay.
I collect my hand axes.
Oh, I would like to have
Dexterity chest.
actually brought the war chief's corpse into view for everyone when I was making my way onto the cart.
Okay, you drag him
Yeah.
onto the cart.
I
Cool.
would like.
Easy enough.
Can I go over by the humans?
First one was a 24.
Easy.
Okay. Not one on the second one. Sorry, bud.
Maybe you want to get harder. You take the other person's
You
handcuffs.
break one of the locks, and your pick kind of is like now stuck in there. And you're like, oh shit.
You don't need these hands, do you?
You get them out. What are you doing, Riley?
Going by the humans.
Okay, so you walk over to the humans who have been cowering, hiding behind the back of the wagon.
Hello.
Oh, you saved us! Thank God! Thank God!
Yeah.
There's a male and a female, extremely dirty. Their hair they both have long hair. One of them has a beard, but it's kind of strewn about their face, stuck to their face with sweat and grime. They basically seem to be wearing almost like burlap sacks type of, like they're really dirty, not doing well.
Wax
Do they look
level
like they
attire.
could use healing?
Probably.
I will throw a first level cure wounds into both of them.
Okay. You rest your hands, and this white energy flows from you into them. They immediately
I rolled 2 ones.
invigorate ever so slightly.
+3 for each.
It's like a pat on the head.
They begin to breathe a little easier. Their movements are a little more swift. What else would you guys like to do?
Do you know?
Do I?
Go ahead, Felix.
No, good. Oh, was that? Do I find anything on the war chief?
Nothing of particular interest. There's chainmail. There's the necklace of 3 skulls.
I'll take that.
You find his weapons, which are just basically a large great axe and a spear.
Oh, I want to look at the great axe.
Go for it. Nothing special about it.
Okay.
It's kind of
I'm gonna take the necklace and tuck it away in my bag.
okay. It's 3 humanoid skulls. Okay.
I want to talk to the humans.
Okay. You crouch down and approach them.
I'm keeping.
Is
an eye
one
on
still
the-
like tied up or something?
Yeah,
Tied up?
so Sebastian has managed to free one of them. The other one is still in chains, but just thankful to be alive. Really.
Okay, I want to pretend like I'm picking the lock even though I can't. And
Okay.
It's
hope
me.
Felix comes over eventually as I'm talking. Well, I don't want him to think I'm just leaving him tied up.
It's cool.
Do you know who Grummsh is? Groot, something?
I'm not.
Grummsh.
I'm not entirely certain. I believe it's one of the gods that they pray to.
Are these orcs responsible for all the like death circles and stuff? Do you know what I'm talking about?
The
Ritual circles.
give me
corpse
an
pieces.
insight check.
14?
He like begins to say no, and then just quickly corrects himself. Yeah, it's they've been up to it. Any luck with the locks?
No, it's a very tricky lock. Does this guy have any like iconography on him? Any like jewelry or?
Not much. He seems to have been like stripped of all his clothing, just given like a burlap sack.
Tattoos.
Where did you come from?
Not really. I was down south by Opire's Junction, and we left our base and got caught.
Ask him about the vultures.
What?
The
Just
vultures.
a group of thieves.
Yes.
I'm gonna come up to him. I'm gonna hold a chain and take one of my hand axes and be like, hold very still if you want to keep your hands.
Wait.
Okay, the one you're talking to is the one chained. The other one is just sort of nervously looking around, but rubbing their freed hands.
Oh, you want me to wait?
Yeah.
So there's one freed and one chained.
Hold, please. Group huddle.
Okay.
Over here. I want
Alright.
to keep eye on sleeping one.
Real quick, DM.
Yeah.
Do I feel particularly good right now?
What does that even mean?
No.
The effects of your ecstasy
No,
wearing
okay.
off or something?
No.
What?
Thank you.
By the sleep only lasts a minute,
Yeah.
She's
so
tied up though, right?
She is tied up.
she's awakened.
Okay.
Let's say you gagged her,
Okay.
gagged and blindfolded her, but she's awake now.
Cool.
So she's
Okay.
struggling in her binds.
I did a good
You
job
guys
tying her.
Huddle up.
So
I'll put my hand on her shoulder.
Who
Okay.
who are the vultures?
It is group of thieves.
wait, we have bigger problems. Okay,
Oh.
so I asked this dude. I was like, "Do the orcs make these death circles?" And then he said, "Yes." Like he was trying to say no because he knows something, but then he lied.
I don't understand.
Go light.
He lied.
So the orcs are doing the circles.
No,
They're not.
they're not. But he made it seem like they are because he was going to say they're not, and then he said they are, which makes me think he knows something about
What's
these
everyone's
ritual death circles.
passive
15.
13?
9.
As what?
12.
perception?
Oh wait, shit.
11.
I think it's 16 now.
Did
Okay,
you get
that's
it?
fine, that's
Was
good
it
enough.
increase?
Yeah.
It wasn't increasing yet.
Agär, you notice that the one free one has started to slink into the forest and is trying to quietly escape.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. It's not very great to act all suspicious, especially from people who just saved your life. And
Just,
and Fenrir's gonna coalesce right in front of her and growl at her and be like, I don't think he likes that very much.
Fenrir blocks her path as she begins to sneak away into the forest. She nervously walks back towards the war wagon. And she said, I don't just feel comfortable out in the open.
So I was thinking,
I'd like to approach them and say, we really just want to help you, but in thieves' camp, I say, you need to do what we say, and they'll let you go.
She just nods and looks at you.
And the other person as well.
Okay. They both you see their eyes dart towards one another. They make a brief moment of eye contact and they look towards you, and they're just like, okay.
so look. I was thinking
Yes.
that we could put them all in the cart, and then I could cast Zone of Truth, and then we can ask them all these questions.
Oh, that seems like a good
I
idea.
like that idea.
Let's do it.
Okay,
I'd like to ungag the orc lady.
Pile on the wagon of truth.
As you ungag it, its two tusks kind of snag on the gag, but you rip it out of her mouth.
Sorry.
And she immediately spits on you "Tuh," and begins grunting and yelling, presumably cursing at you in orc. She's like, "Urashkash! Vokanaraha!"
Yes, of
I
course.
mean, we
Yeah,
were
now
just-
I don't
It's
speak.
just it's an endless string of just
Do you speak common or draconic? I say in draconic. or Gnomish in Gnomish, or Infernal in Infernal.
Jesus. It keeps yelling at you in Orcish.
Now I don't speak Orcish, but that's very familiar from my last encounter with orcs.
Okay.
It's not nice things.
Can we put everyone in the cart?
Yeah, easy enough.
Okay, cast on the truth. Which? Yeah.
Charisma saving throw.
And I know if they fail.
DC.
Or succeed.
Okay.
14.
This is for the claw. Charisma?
Yeah.
DC 14.
Succeeds.
That's okay, she can't speak on it.
Fails.
But I can cast message.
Fails.
So 2 humans fail?
Yeah. The 2
Okay.
humans fail, but the
Or
orcs,
comprehend.
the orcs' rage is just too much at the moment, and your spell doesn't break through its mental cloud of fury.
I'll cast comprehend languages.
So now you understand the cursing.
It's the
Wait, does that let me talk or just hear? Because then I
Just
won't cast
understand.
Just
it. Okay,
understand,
then I'm
yeah.
not going to cast it.
Okay.
Okay.
So I turn to the human that I think lied to me about the death circles, and I ask, "Did you lie to me about the death circles?"
And she looks to her companion, and there's this furrow of worry, and she says, "Yes, I did." And then like looks at her hands as if to say, like, what am I doing?
She can be evasive if she wants to lie. I mean, I'm glad she didn't.
Yeah.
Would you like me to
Okay.
read the spell out?
Why? I don't think so.
For our own protection.
You make circles.
No.
Who made circles?
The gnolls.
Gnolls.
The gnolls? Those dogs?
Dog people. Yes.
Prairie dogs.
Are you...
What do I know about gnolls? Other than them being dog people.
History check.
Okay. 23.
Okay. You know that historically they were said to have spawned from a demon that walked the earth, and as the demon moved around, packs of hyena would follow and scavenge off of the carnage, and the gnolls were created from eating that demon lord's carnage as it walked the earth. So that's it's what you know in terms of their origin.
Cool.
Story.
Do you have an idea of where they typically live? As in the tree line or not?
They're fairly nomadic. They typically don't like to hunker down. They're driven by pure, I don't want to say cannibalistic, but almost like
Animals?
hunger.
Sure.
They just go from place to place searching out for food. So if there's no
Pure
food,
id.
they're just gonna keep moving from place to place.
Gotcha.
Yeah, pure id.
I think
You also know
that's a good question.
that they do reserve some of their killings. It doesn't really make sense that you would know this now, but you make the mental connection that they do reserve some of their killings for ritual religious ceremonies, which are supposed to divinely tell them which way to go next. Type, like
Bloody
it's like-
divining rods.
they're like the bloody divining omens.
Yes.
And so they mess with the entrails, they mess with they have different sorts of rituals that they use
Oh shit.
with their kills.
Explain that I made that mental connection. Yes, there we go.
Oh, you're brilliant.
That
Thank you. That is very nice of you.
fucking weird.
Are you protecting the gnolls or the demon?
Ourselves.
From what?
Why would telling us that make any difference?
We're not exactly the highest echelon of society. We're called the vultures because we follow the gnolls, and after they're done, we take the loot from the remains because the gnolls have no interest in the loot.
See, they are part of
But you also steal from people.
Yes.
We steal from bodies that have no use for what.
Fucking
Belong to them.
bullshit. You guys stole from me and I was alive.
You are
Still
alive.
alive.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
Okay, so you simply dabble in active theft. That is fine, I suppose.
Everyone's got to make a living.
Where's your headquarters?
Yes, it does, I think.
And who's your leader?
I mean, we're sort of a decentralized organization.
Would I know any prominent figures of the vultures?
Would I?
You haven't really traveled to this region, neither of you.
Yeah, I haven't been
So
to
there
this,
would be
to
sort of
this part of
no-
the world. Okay.
Okay. So shall we let them go or what? I don't really care about them.
They don't really kill people, but
Are you
they're
of any
also
use to
like.
us?
As you guys are talking, there's this small crackling of fire behind you guys.
Are you of any use to us? Why would the orcs keeping you around?
In the brazier, right?
Yeah, in the brazier.
Alright, cool.
Uh,
Why did you get taken?
Because they're shitty at life.
Well,
do you,
certainly.
We know that.
see our companions there?
The dead ones tied to this cart?
Aye?
Yes.
The orcs were moving, and typically they have a lair, a home base, but they were moving for some reason, and every night they would sacrifice one of us to their god Grummsh.
So where's the rest of the orcs? Because a horde is not usually... Like, this is a small caravan disbanded from a general horde.
And as you take a look around, you notice that some of the orcs that you had killed were already wearing like bandages and just like dirty rags that were tied around wounds and like broken arms and stuff.
Oh, shit.
Um,
Yeah, that makes sense.
they don't know. They don't know where the orcs came from. Just that the orcs caught them.
I'd like to send a message to the orc.
Okay.
With the goal of persuading/deceiving her to tell us where they came from in exchange for freedom. Like, where are the rest of the orcs? Tell us and we'll let you go.
Like, we'll try to reunite you.
As you send this message to her, she stops cussing in Orcish, and then through pained, almost as if it hurts to speak commons, she barks at you and says, "The others are with Grush. Send me with them.
Who
I
sent
will
them?
become part of the divine army. Send me."
Who sent them to Grush?
The rest of them.
She doesn't budge on this. She seems disinterested, like it doesn't matter.
How do you persuade someone who wants to die?
It's simple. We will kill you once you've told us what we want to know. So, who killed your other orcs? Until then, we will keep you alive. There you go.
We'll lock you in a cage and put you in a human zoo.
She begins to struggle against her bindings and begins slamming her head into the side
I'm
of the
gonna
war
use my
wagon.
tail to stop her from doing that.
Easily enough, just bloodied and swollen eye. That's where.
That is good try, but failed.
You can't raise them with these beasts.
They are not beasts.
It's just barely better than
Give me a persuasion check.
Can
have
I
advantage?
make it? Because that was what I was trying to do in the first place.
Then can I be assisting him? However you
Sure,
want.
sure.
Cool. You get advantage.
Oh!
Was it bad to worse? Okay.
16.
Wow.
16.
Jesus.
It's crazy.
Through her bloodied-eyed and just like almost half-broken jaw. Talk, people.
Notes.
Okay.
Okay.
And then she exposes her neck. Send me.
Do we want to know anything further?
Take my great axe out.
I mean, if we are all fine with the sufficient information, yes. Riley?
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Say Grummsh.
I avert my eyes.
As you guys are all standing
so
there,
much
there's,
Decapitator.
there's a splatter of blood.
That was funny though. Oni doesn't find it funny, but Peter does.
I like flick blood off like the back of my neck and just sit down next to the two humans and say, "Well, I'm not so much interested in the orcs. I'm more interested in these gnolls." And well, you said that. I mean, I can't imagine that. Or wait, do I know about the god that left carnage behind and created the gnolls? I would imagine that's like a common folklore thing.
I tried to
did you give me you gave me a history check, right, for Knowles?
I did not.
I did.
Okay.
Halfling luck there. 13.
13. You've probably heard vague things about it. The details escape you, but you've heard something about a fiend or a demon, you're not quite sure. But it seems to resonate with kind of your general folk knowledge of the subject
Okay.
matter.
So I'll reiterate that to them. I'm just like, well, from what I've heard, Knowles initially came from a bit of a demon or a fiend. Long lost to legend, I'm sure, but I would imagine that there's probably a leader here somewhere that might not be a gnoll.
Where
Is that
are
what you're
you?
afraid of?
That was to you.
I thought he was talking to you.
No.
No, it's
Talking
the
to
humans.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's to the
to
humans.
Yes. I was interjecting, but then
Oh,
he asked the
gotcha,
question.
gotcha. I
so
thought he was
stopped.
talking to Oni.
No.
I mean, honestly, we're kind of afraid of anyone that's not a vulture. Other people don't take too kindly to us.
Gee, I wonder
Guys,
fucking
this is
why.
the most fucked up symbiotic relationship I've ever heard of.
It's
Look, it ain't pretty. But
Right. Well, I ain't asking you to be comfortable around us. I'm asking you to tell me, is there a leader in these parts? You know, is there a way that we could possibly stop all the mutilating around here?
oh, you mean no leader?
Right.
Leader of
Or the-
gnolls.
Whatever deity or little demons controlling them.
look, if I tell you, how long is Zone of Truth?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right, so we're like at the 8-minute mark. at this
Yeah.
point. If I tell you everything I know, will you let us go?
Sure.
You
Yes,
look back
I
at
have
the
no
group like,
interest.
yeah,
I have no interest.
everything we want.
So, the Knolls have been here for time immemorial, as far as we can remember. It's called the Warring Wilds because the orcs and the Knolls and the trolls and they're all vying for the land and the resources. And really, it's just a savage bloodbath out here. The Knolls were never top dog.
Hey.
It was not intentional. They would always usually kind of get their asses kicked. They were at the
Why?
bottom. They were at the bottom of the hierarchy. They were just too mindless and too savage. They could never organize, and there was infighting amongst them.
Something changed.
Not only that, but they were short in numbers. The orcs have numbers. The hobgoblins, they have their strategy. The others have different resources, but the Knolls didn't have much going their way. Then the last year and a half or two, the population of Knolls drastically increased. They started becoming more and more frequent. The war bands started getting bigger and bigger. There were rumors about a larger knoll, one different.
Different how?
We never got close enough to find out, honestly.
It is a demon, I'm sure.
But they multiplied in numbers. They became more vicious, if you can believe it or not.
Yes.
And slightly more intelligent.
But I have met a demon once. I would not be surprised if the alleged origin of the Null people is true.
While they're talking amongst themselves, I want to ask them some sort of innocuous, relevant question, but in Thieves' Cant, I want to ask, where's a good place in Opire's Junction to get thief equipment and weapons?
To which they respond,
It's interesting.
Opire's Junction has everything you need. To which you understand to be, it's a whole city of thieves.
Who's the best person to talk to?
I'm not gonna go hunting for their name at the moment.
It's fine.
but-
Assuming when I get there, I can know who to look for. Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you the name before next session. Cool.
It is convenient to have all this knowledge about the Knolls and all that. I have no interest in the Knolls, really. Is there... did you all have some kind of intention of...
Well, yeah, like, if gnolls are getting more intelligent, they're organizing, they're growing in numbers.
Good for them.
Well, good for them until they start fucking with society.
They have their own society. I suppose it is inconvenient the way they handle it. Although
No, I mean, this is how problems start. You know, one gnoll starts getting bigger and bigger. One eventually, you know, a small city is going to have no problems until they all get run out, and they're just going to keep growing and growing until it's a plague that just takes over the realm. Without keeping the population in check, they're going to explode into all the nice territories.
Then we don't really need...
I see it's a problem. I don't see why it would be your problem.
It's pretty insightful.
Because we're here.
Yeah, I have stuff to do in Vintar. I don't know about you guys.
So do I. But there's not going to be a Ventar if these guys explode in population.
As long as it's there when I get there.
Vultures. Are you aware of gnolls keeping people alive? No.
No.
Or
As
at
soon as they
least...
find them, they basically feed on them.
So they
And
don't keep
it's-
them around for very long if they do.
It's a quick and unmerciless death.
Felix.
Quick and fun.
So merciful.
Quick and brutal.
So, this human bardic fellow of yours, did you have the information that this person actually made it to Vintar?
Did I? I know she was on the way.
So you would know from your contacts that she made it to Vintar, was there for a while, and then she stopped communicating. She has one of those notebooks that you have.
Right.
So she stopped communicating from Vintar at some point.
Okay.
Okay. So we
This
can,
has been so enlightening.
unless the gnolls have attacked Vintar, we can assume that she is, or at least not taken down by gnolls. That is something.
Well, that's great. And that's something, like, Vintar's one thing, but this is something else entirely. Like, this would be worth looking into.
So the hyenas that he's seen infected are not gnolls, right?
They hang out with them.
From the information that you've pieced together, those are gnolls in the process of being created.
Yes. That is
Oh.
The hyenas walk
It's a
around,
missing link.
feast on the carnage. They become intoxicated and bloated, and if they survive the process, they become gnolls. And this Marco or Agär, it takes you back to the first one that you had encountered was a little more muscular in its shoulders and now that you make the mental connection, its shoulders did look more humanoid in shape.
I knew there was something weird about it.
Right, so animals are getting tortured.
About it.
What?
I suppose.
I mean, kind of.
I just figured that would be a hot button for a guy.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
He said animals are getting tortured.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is...
But let's make something clear.
It's not somebody's torturing them, they're just suffering.
So can we go?
I don't care about you. Can I go?
Fine.
Which way to the knoll hideout?
They are nomadic.
Yeah, heading towards them.
I mean,
Just tell us where.
Yeah, if we were so inclined to find the pack.
Straight west of Opire's Junction is where we've seen the biggest group of them.
And they seem to be making their way to Empire's Junction.
Right, thank you.
Potentially. They're west of Opire's Junction is where they've been spotted the most frequently.
Very well then.
But obviously they've been making their way up north as well.
Okay.
we'll let you go as long as you don't drop any living people.
Don't go to Aura.
Don't kill people.
Don't go to where's Aura?
No, what do you, that's Orcish for gold.
Don't go to Gold.
Don't, gold's bad.
It's a saying, it means don't get greedy,
Yeah.
lest you'll have your hands chopped off by someone who's not so nice as us.
I'm very confused.
Fair enough. We'll take our chances with the wilds.
Cool.
I recommend you go northwest.
What?
They look around and then they're like, you don't mind if we take some of the daggers to defend ourselves.
I don't care at all about you. Do what you
So
want.
they like hesitantly get out of the cart, like walk over to a few of the dead orc bodies and like begin taking some crude like weapons, like a burlap sack and just basic stuff for them.
I
to
kind of
survive.
want to like step down and like as
They pause.
yeah, I'm gonna get like right up to them and be like, now, we've actually met a couple of other vultures.
For some reason, we keep letting them go.
What?
For some reason, we keep letting them go.
Yeah. They promised to turn over a new leaf in exchange for their life. I'm gonna take I'm gonna like grab one of them, take one of my hand axes out real quick, bring it up to their neck and be like, you're gonna change over a new leaf, aren't you? And give them a big dwarf grin.
I'm gonna be a praying man.
Sure, yeah. I'm gonna push him back. I'm pushing back. Sheath my hand axe and be like, on your way then.
They grab their whatever stuff they can just quickly take and they begin like walking north, but they look over their shoulders tentatively as if like, are they really just gonna let us go? And they begin making their way out.
I'm glad I only healed them 4 hit points.
Each. So here's the problem I think there is. The nodes are...
Feel the fire burning in the middle of the...
The nodes are supposedly born of demon carnage.
Right.
That means if there are more being born now, that there is a demon around. If we find these nodes, as they said, they are more in number. So not only would we have to deal with a lot more nodes, we would also have to deal with demon. I don't think this is wise for us to attack these.
Are they undead? Are they undead?
Demons are demons.
No, then hyenas once they convert to gnolls.
Give me a history check. Or, actually, religion check.
What time of day is it?
About midday, roughly.
13?
You didn't spend a lot of time studying undead, but there's nothing about what you've learned that signals any undead.
So they don't like die and then come back to life.
No, it's more of like a transformation. It's a grisly metamorphosis.
Damn.
What else is in the war wagon? I'm gonna climb back in and take a look around.
You can tell the most important item in this war wagon is this gently burning fire.
It's wood, just wood or oil?
In
Burning? Yeah.
Yeah. Wood.
It's wood.
Write it down. That you can tell in the corners of the wagons they have like dried up kindle, ready to keep it going.
You know, we could tie this wagon to the horses and just ride it to the junction.
Nice.
Oh, it's just better to travel with a
giant burning breeder.
But can we
wagon.
Appearances.
Easy to defend.
cut off the humans?
Yes.
I mean, of course.
Oh.
Yeah. That's right. If we cut off the humans, break the spears, toss the brazier, then okay.
I'm just saying.
Brazier.
I don't really care.
The brazier will be good for night.
I feel like we are not addressing the situation involving the demon.
I think you're building an army.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we should
His
stop them.
concern, yes.
How?
I mean, do you live in Opire Junction, Felix?
Maybe.
Because if you don't, I'm not really sure why you should dedicate so much of your time, effort, and potentially life to solving this problem.
Because they're gonna fuck up societies, and I love societies. Societies are awesome.
Better idea. We go to Opire's Junction and we get assistance there, or offer our assistance for situation. Then we have more people to take on gnolls. Problem solved.
I think
Make a
that's
counter armor.
I think that's
Yes.
a great idea.
Beautiful. Let's go.
All right.
Very good. We start
And
making.
as-
let's cut off the humans and get rid of the pikes and.
What do you do
we'll
with the
take
bodies?
wagon.
I'm gonna leave them on the side of the road.
I'm gonna put them on top of each other, and I'm gonna cast Create Bonfire.
Give them an impromptu cremation.
As we're traveling on
Are
them.
you guys taking the wagon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to spend quite a bit of time to like. There's just like skulls and like hides and like. You could see that they were in the process of. They like had just skinned something and they were like drying it out. There's a lot of cleaning that needs to be done, and they have these really menacing. Not like javelins, but like spears that stick out of the front of it.
Yeah, I broke those off.
I don't want this card. What if it's haunted?
You guys can take it, but it'll take you
I didn't realize it was decorated.
a pretty good day to like not day, but it'll take you a few good hours to like clean it up, make it presentable.
Decorated for Halloween.
I would
Exactly, I didn't
love
realize that.
to spend a day cleaning. I will clean all day.
I'll help them.
I'm securing the wagon to the horses and doing
You
all
like
that
to
good
clean?
stuff.
I love being clean.
So as the
His shirt is self-cleaning.
An enigma.
as the group takes their time taking off the remains of the previous human, clearing it and wiping it and effacing it of any signs of the previous owners, which will take quite a bit of elbow grease to do. Eventually, you guys manage to acquire and appropriate an orc war wagon.
With the bison?
Those
The bison are
died
dead.
in the fireball.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good meat.
I am definitely cooking
True.
those bison.
And with that, we're going to
Further.
figure out what our group decides to do with this orc wagon. Which I did not expect to happen, but that's cool.
It's useful.
What's the problem?
This is not a problem.
Yep. It did not catch fire. That is
So
resilient.
that's
wagon.
what we're going to
Oh
call
yeah,
it
that blow it up.
for tonight.
We'll make it work.
Mending.
There you go.
Mending.
Yeah, that's going to take
I know.
forever.
Well, we got 3 hours.
So we hope you enjoyed this session of LDL, and we hope you'll join us next week on our next session to find out what in the world happens, whether they decide to deal with the gnolls, whether they decide to build their own counter army. They do have a few charismatic individuals with them, so...
Or to say fuck it entirely and go to Ventar.
Will we stop the Prairie Dog Menace? Find out next week.
Dragon smiles for you all.
I'll say no more.
Yeah.
See ya.
Wait, some of them were dead.